exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream in me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. But try and vote every chance I bet. You can't change nothing.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday, baby. We get to start a whole new week again. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you're enjoying your long weekend, baby. I want to remind everybody that this holiday comes at a very heavy price, so keep in mind the reason that we celebrate it. We celebrate those that we have lost in service to this country, and some of us carry a list of those names in our heads. So please enjoy your weekend, have a barbecue, get together, have a nice time. If you're vaccinated, especially, baby, you're in good shape. And but let's remember why we're celebrating this weekend. Anyway, Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in, followed by buddy Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy, glad you're here. Followed by Michael J. Richard Phillips is in the room. Let me see, the remixtress is with us. Thank you, baby. Donald Ware is with us. Jay Clayton is missing his sweetie. No shit, the great romance continues, man. I'm telling you. Whenever they're apart, they're both ain't worth a shit. But anyway, they'll get back together soon. Brian Champagne is with us. Tina Riley, thank you very much, darling, for coming by. Virginia Whitley, and I got that name finally down right. Elena Jars is with us. This is Sherry P., who gave us that beautiful quilt you see up there. That's Sherry Puckett. Thank you, darling, for being here. We appreciate it tremendously. What beautiful work you did. Hey, you're camping with Republican friends? Ah, boy, do you feel all alone. Well, just do your best, baby. Be the best you could be, and show them what true Americans look like, baby. That's what you got to do. Stand proud. Dorothy Tyndall is with us. Sue Van 50, who is, I think, Sue Bingle. Thank you for being here. Susan Murgia is here. Let me see. Keith Thompson, my buddy up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Linda Ansbach is here. Thank you very much. Bethy Brown, been with us a long time. Thank you. This is just Coggins, Dolores Grant, and Lioness Collins. Linda Collins is with us. BW, thank you for being here. Billy Plains, thank y'all. Anyway, it's Sunday. What's going on? Well, depends on where you live. You live down here in Texas. Well, we're busy trying to destroy democracy down here, baby. That's right. That's our job down here in Texas, is let's get rid of this voting shit. It gets in the way of Republicans winning, when you allow just anybody. What's that? Some politician here in Texas, I forgot which idiot it was. Some Republican. We have to preserve the purity of the vote. The purity? Really? Is it baptized or something? I don't know. You're wearing a condom? What does that mean? The purity of the vote. We all know what that means. And that's what they did last night here in Texas. It passed through the Senate last night. It has a final vote today, and they're fixing to run it to the damn governor's office to get it signed before it expires tomorrow. But it is one of the most sweeping anti-voting laws in the country. In my state was fixing to sign it into law. They voted in the middle of the night, mind you, to make sure that nobody can vote in the middle of the night. Ain't that some irony? You know, it's just stupidity. They're voting to do away because during the pandemic, Houston had opened up one location 24 hours a day. Anytime you get a chance to come vote, you can come vote. It's staffed. There's no shit going on in the middle of the night. No, they wait for Republicans to do that kind of crap. And that's what they did. They voted last night. I think it was about 6 o'clock this morning by the time they finally got done. And then today they will sneak it off to the governor. And that's what they're going to do. That's why we need to call our senators and congressmen, because we need to get H.R. 1 passed. H.R. 1 is the answer to all of this bullshit that we see going across this country, trying to stop people from voting. That's their main objective here, is to keep as many people from voting. Make it more as difficult as hell, they won't even give you water in line. Make them starve. Make them die of thirst before they get out. They don't care. Whatever it takes to stop people from voting, that's what they're going to do. And, again, it's us that are obligated to stop it. And I use that word obligated because it was also used on the other side of the fence, an obligation. The guy who used the word, Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, the cucumber lady, are out on a road trip here with the MAGA crowd. But it was what he said, what Matt Gaetz said, that should be disturbing to all of us. During his little rally, he's talking about the Second Amendment. He said the Second Amendment is an obligation, and that the weapons are not for shooting, hunting. They're not for sport. They're to rise up against the government. That's what he said. To rise up when it's necessary against the government. He is putting out a call to arms to his maggot buddies. And believe me, there are some in that crowd that are going to take that shit literally. Well, you know, Matt Gaetz says we need to get the Second Amendment solution going on here. Really? Are you willing to kill your fellow citizens to protect that scumbag president you had? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So is Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're willing. Bobart, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, you bet your ass. They're all in on that stuff. Overthrow this government in a heartbeat, baby. Little dictatorship here. That's what this country needs. A little oligarchy shit going on. We'll decide who gets the money and who's rich and who's going to barely... What are we going to turn to drinking vodka next all day long? Anyway, Aussie Dave, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, mate.
Good.
It's just starting our winter down here this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
And it's bloody cold. Bloody cold. We had -1 last night. And
oh, shit.
Fuck, that's cold.
Yes, it is.
I know you guys in America get cold temperatures, but we really get these -1s.
No. I don't want anything no minus shit. Nothing.
Nah. But on the other side of it, mate, I'm quite amazed, and Australia's quite amazed in Mr. Gaetz and how he's getting around, shooting his mouth off and still walking around a free man.
I don't know why he hasn't been thrown out
violence.
Yet. He is inciting an insurrection against this country is what he's doing.
Yes, he is.
An armed insurrection this time. That's bad, baby. It's getting bad. Bill Jones, are you in the room with us?
I'm still here, I believe.
Outstanding, Bill. How's your day going, brother?
Well, I'm hanging in there. I'm waiting for the new Texas tourism advertisement.
Oh, yeah?
Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas. Well, you can't vote, but by God, you can buy a gun.
Hey, you need a gun?
Yeah.
We can get you a gun right here. Need some ammo for that too? We got that too. Strap it on your hip right there. You don't need no stupid license down here in Texas. Shit, no.
That's
Just
it.
strap your gun on. That's us, baby.
We ain't gonna,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna let you vote, but by golly, you can buy a gun.
Yeah, we make it real easy to get that gun,
God.
baby. Vote? Oh, no, baby. Right. Yeah. We got to keep the purity of the vote here, and that's such a disgusting.
And the sad thing is they're doing the same similar things in Florida and North Carolina.
Yes. Yes,
And
this is a push
it's
across
just
the country.
Sad as shit, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sad. It's bad, but I don't know.
I know it.
Hopefully the Democrats are going to fight back, seeing as we had 9, actually a total of 11 senators that didn't show up to vote on the January 6th commission.
9 Republicans, 2
But
Democrats.
hopefully the Democrats will come up with something. We need to push this because otherwise they're just sweeping this thing under the rug.
Yeah, and we can't let that happen. And I don't think it's going to.
No, I ain't going to let that.
No.
If I got to go up to D.C. by myself and march with a sign, I will be there.
There you go, brother. Well, I'm glad you're here. Anyway, let's get David
No
into the
worries.
room. David, are you with us?
Hello, John. Hello, everyone. Yes, I am.
How are you doing, David?
I'm enjoying our first triple-digit day of the summer.
There you go. Oh,
This
it's
is here
getting that
for sure.
hot.
And it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow.
Oh, well,
So, yeah, I'd
keep cool,
honestly,
brother.
Dave, if we could just even it out a bit.
Yeah, do a
I'll
little
trade you
swapping
20
there.
degrees either way.
Got
Doing
it, man.
good. The stuff that Gates said, the voter suppression laws that are sweeping through the states, we got rid of Trump. We haven't got rid of Trumpism. And not only do I support the H.R. 1 passing that law, I think we should start pushing for voting rights amendment to the Constitution.
We need to make some major steps here, because that's the Republican Party has got one thing on their mind right now: suppress the vote, get rid of the vote, make it harder to vote, question everybody. This law here in Texas. Well, okay, we're going to get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and get everybody in the room. Mitch and Julie, are y'all there?
We're here.
And
Hey, John.
hello, Mitch and Julie.
Yeah, I'm here.
Outstanding, darling. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Same old stuff, different day, baby. I'm glad. I don't know if y'all let me switch cameras here. Hey, I was going to ask, how come everybody else gets a little square and Mitch and Julie get the whole bottom down there?
I mean, that's just
that
the way
priority?
Discord
We are
is. as
special.
well.
I think that's what it's insinuating there.
I mean, we can look
we're
at
just
it that
little
way,
minor
yeah.
opinions. Y'all got a whole row over there. That's you. Anyway, what did I do? Oh, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I was about to say, you better
Didn't
not
do
have done
anything.
anything.
I'm controlling the cameras now. See, I can go boom, and we're there, and that's y'all over there, and then I can.
Well, all this shit started when we allowed, and I said that word quite honestly, we allowed that asshole George W. Bush to appoint members on the Supreme Court like John Roberts and other people that end up on the Supreme Court, and they gutted the Voting Rights Act. And until that happened, none of this nonsense would have been tolerated.
And
It
now,
was illegal.
and now look at what court we have.
And now I can tell you, here's my prediction, Mitch's prediction, and I want you all to listen because it's going to come true. If the Democratic Party does not put 3 more members on the Supreme Court and eliminate the filibuster, this country's got 50 years before it's fucking Somalia.
And they know that. That's the
Oh, they
bad
don't
thing
give
about
a
this.
shit.
Mitch
don't give a
McConnell knows
fuck.
this.
Check that.
Mitch
don't give a
McConnell
fuck.
doesn't give a shit what's going on today. Like his
Ain't
book,
gonna
his
happen.
name
Nothing
is.
going to happen to Mitch McConnell's rich ass.
I hope. There's so
He'll
much.
be living in his fortress like Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
Living in a fortress.
Yeah.
And we'll all be fucked.
We are
Sounds
the
just
serfs,
like
my
every other
friend.
age of history.
We are the peasants, the miner, the workers out there, poor, hungry, and needing a job. Let them fight amongst themselves about who gets the job.
You know what I think is interesting? I'll
Yeah.
leave you with this so you can move on. Everybody says when, like the cashier robots come in and everybody is like, oh, woe is me. The cashier robots, I'll never use a
everybody
self-checkout because it eliminates jobs. Let me tell you how sick our society is, because what we should be saying is, wow, now we have robots to do the work that people have to do. Now we can chill out and have a good time and not have to worry about doing dumb, dangerous, boring stuff. Just like the truck drivers of America, they're all having a shit this week because it's starting to occur to them that every one of those motherfuckers is going to be replaced in the next 25 to 30 years with self-driving trucks. The truckers don't need to pee. They don't get high on meth. They don't have to sleep. They don't have to eat. They don't have to do shit. They just get stuff from one place to the other. And I guarantee you.
Yeah, no rest. They
Yeah,
don't need
no,
rest.
right now a driver has to stop those 8 hours to get some sleep, to rest, to be off the wheel.
Most of them lie and they don't.
Yes, that's true, baby.
Yeah,
Yes, that's true. I drove for a long time, and that's the key to the game. Keep messing with. I'd rather run an electronic. I ran an electronic logbook, so I could fudge.
Right.
Because if in the business I was in, hot shotting, shit, yeah, it's got to be there yesterday. So get your ass on the road and get it there, whatever it takes. They don't really care if you're breaking the law or not.
Dude, that's so fucking wrong.
It is.
I'm not trying to be judgy, John. I know what it's like, but what it ends up is that in order to make the status quo, we have to cheat and lie and steal, not because we want to,
because
that's the game.
No choice.
That's the game you're playing. In the
so
oil
when they
field,
say,
they don't give a shit.
The game's not rigged. You just have to work harder.
Yep.
Bullshit.
Yeah. But you're right. The future, just by natural progression, is going to be automation. Like you said, self-driving trucks, automation. It's already going on in warehouses and everything. They don't have warehousemen anymore. They got machines that put it on a shelf. They know right where they put it. They'll go back and get it anytime you want it. You know,
right. And I worked. You remember? Well, you probably don't know, but I worked in logistics. My last company was my last client was a logistics company, and all they did was figure out ways to eliminate people from those. And frankly,
because when you're moving material,
dude, that's a dangerous job.
Yes, there's more injuries, in moving the material around. Just the pure, like the logistics of moving shit around. People are going to get hurt. So if you remove them, you're removing the liability of the company. You're speeding the process. There's lots of pluses to going automation. And
I'll leave you all with this, because every one of you has rode in an elevator. There was a time where there was an elevator operator operating every elevator in the world. Yeah. And they had a very, very strong union, especially in New York City, where they're actually still active. And what they've done is, I don't want to get sidetracked, but they still exist. And over time, they would protest about having automatic elevator systems. That was a real thing. It's like bemoaning the disappearance of stagecoaches or buggy whips or I don't know, horseshoeing equipment.
Yeah.
That's then. Cashiers are going to disappear.
Sure.
But in another 25
and we're already
to 30
getting
years.
primed for it. That's why they have the self-checkout at most stores.
That's right.
They're easing into it.
I love self-checkout. I don't need someone touching my shit.
Nah.
Thank you.
Besides that, I'm faster at it. Get out of here. Get out of my way. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gone.
Plus, every time I give it to someone to pack, they pack like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like they take the eggs and they put the eggs inside 3 bags, and I'm like, dude, it's like it's just $2 worth of eggs.
Yeah.
It's like you've put 6,000-year plastic that won't decompose until Jesus comes.
You think you're gonna get rough
just
or
for some eggs?
Damn.
Right?
Oh, sometimes they put each item in
a separate bag.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's just being wasteful.
Infuriating.
It's infuriating.
That's just being wasteful. Anyway, before we get further into the discussion, I want to thank Jeremy McDonald, who came in with $5 and said, "That's Marjorie Taylor gangrene cucumber." I'll go with that. Marjorie Taylor gangrene, the cucumber lady. That woman is plumb embarrassing to this country, much less Alabama.
I don't get the cucumber, so fresh us up on that.
It's just
QAnon.
QAnon. That's what.
Okay, I was thinking like the squash.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
No, she's one of them QAnon believers, so I just started calling her the cucumber lady. It wasn't me that started it. Somebody else said it, and I liked it, and so I just stuck with it.
Gangrene makes sense. She is a rotten wound that'll kill us if left untreated.
Yes. No shit. She's a mold that's creeping through the Republican Party, and and we have to face this shit. You know, we have to figure out what we're doing in this country, because if we keep on letting them get away with this shit time and time again, how long is our democracy going to last? How long will it be before they actually decide, well, yes, we're going to have an armed insurrection here. Let's just go to war. With who? That's my
Let's have
question.
some T-shirts made. Let's have some T-shirts made and make sure we live stream it.
Yes,
Fucking morons.
yes, bunch of fucking morons. Now, I say that the majority of this country, we don't have to worry about it. No, your neighbors aren't going to go get guns.
On a positive note,
Hey.
look into Marcus Flowers.
Marcus.
At Marcus Fort George on Twitter. He's the gentleman running against Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, he's
I
a
looked
Democrat,
into
ain't he?
him. Yeah, he's an Army vet, Democrat. He's a pretty neat guy. Maybe not the most progressive, but he's still a pretty neat guy. Much improvement over Marjorie Taylor Greene.
A pile of dog shit would be a big improvement.
Big improvement all over the place. Mitch Goldstein, I appreciate that tremendously. Came in with $5 and said weed money for John to chill out a bit. Yeah. Better keep that one going.
You know, this sort of look at me politics, I'm the hero, is not just confined to America. Even though America is big in it at the moment, I was watching a documentary on, remember the Sewell ferry that overturned with all the school children, students in it in Taiwan?
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
ferry
I do.
Yes.
And the captain said to the students, stay in your cabins. When the boat's half on its fucking side, and he's saying, stay in your cabins, and half of them drowned. Well, they were in the court case. They were playing the president and the committee's phone transcripts, and it actually said the president's assistant actually said on the phone to a group of people that, have we got a helicopter there? This is when the boat is actually underwater and there's dead kids there. Have we got a helicopter there looking like we're pulling people out the boat? It'll be a good image. That was the word. It'll be a good image. Right? No, the boat's already turned over. We can't get a helicopter there. Oh, what a waste.
We could have used that in film footage, make us look so good. Are you shitting me?
Yes. So it's politics, you know, and it's just politics. And you've got to be an asshole to be a politician, I'm sorry to say.
No, nowadays that is the game. That is the game. You got to be able to sell bullshit, whatever bullshit.
Selling,
I guess you're this is what bothers me so much about our leadership. Is that word? We shouldn't use the word leadership because none of them are freaking leaders. Joe Biden is doing a damn good job of it now. Yes, we are on a better road.
For the wealthy.
Yes.
Spokesman for the wealthy.
Yes.
Spokesman for the wealthy.
We oh Lord have mercy. A squirrel, because I just watched y'all ever seen that show Patriot Act? What's his name? Minaj? No. Oh, it's a great guy. That's a wonderful show.
Go on with the story and we'll follow you.
It was about the wealthy, and Lord have mercy. No, I got on up on a tangent there, and my mind's not going.
You're talking about fascism now, aren't you?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And when you look at it, when you back up, we're there, baby. Because look at who's controlling our country. You know, if you really step back and take a look, and you see this illusion of democracy, it seems. This illusion that our voice means something, that we can control our destiny, and sometimes you have to step back and go, well, wait a minute. How come there are only a select few that benefit from this?
I'll give you a glaring example of that, John.
Huh.
Look at the percentage of the population of the United States that wants the wealthy to be taxed at a higher rate.
Yes.
And yet, look at how much progress has actually been made on getting that to happen.
Yes. Yeah, just the opposite is happening.
Pretty obvious who's in control.
Yes, and it's that you know, and we are almost blind to it to a degree that it hurts us. You know, we. In the world of big business, you know, well, in the world of big business, most companies are owned by a parent company, and when you get right down to brass tacks, there's only like 6 or 7 parent companies that control all these other companies, and then they control another bunch of companies, and it's a card game. It's a shuffling match to protect the company on liability or whatever else happens. You know, it's disheartening because by our Constitution, we are a nation of the people, for the people, and by the people. That's what we were told. So when we see things like just take gun legislation, we know 80% of this country is in favor of gun legislation. And look how long it is that we have been doing this bullshit conversation that we have and not doing anything. That's a prime example of the wealthy just playing a card game, a shuffle game. Just keep them occupied with some other shit, and they'll forget about what it is. Abortion. Yes, abortion. There you go. I'm doing it here for the babies. I got to save the babies. It's disgusting.
It's a distraction.
They
don't give a shit.
It is, and the main game is power and politics and money, power,
Right.
money and power, baby. And we're not in the game. We are the disposable game
hang on,
pieces,
John.
baby. That's what we are.
Hang on, John.
Ah.
You are in control, to a degree. You got to admit, okay? To a degree, all of us here have some degree of control of our destiny in America.
Indeed.
Have
Indeed, we
some
do.
amount of freedom. Now, hear me out. Have some amount of freedom, okay? Although, here's the thing. I don't really think that people understand what freedom really is. I think they think that freedom is, should I get a Glock or should I get a Beretta?
Yeah.
Okay? That's not freedom.
You have choice.
Okay, that's just choice. Okay? Freedom is the ability to, for example, you be able to live in a free country that is safe from people who buy guns and like to shoot people.
We
now,
should be free from that.
Okay? They say guns make you free. I say guns make us slaves. That's what I say.
They make us murderers. I got in discussion on another show one time about this with this guy who was pretty adamant. Tell me one good thing a cop. What good are cops? Why do we even have them? Why, and we went through the whole process of, we've had so many tragedies here lately. And not lately. We've just seen more of them. They've been reported more. Not that they've happened more. They've been happening for decades, for centuries. But this world that we live in, we see it more. And shit, am I having a hard time tonight trying to stay on subject?
You're great, John.
You're doing fine, John.
The world's seeing it more,
I can see
John,
the point you're
because
making, John.
There's more multimedia around the place, and that's why the world's seeing it more. Multimedia has become a big thing.
Yeah.
And nothing's really truly local news anymore.
No.
Everything goes on the internet.
Yeah.
Everything goes everywhere.
Especially if it's disastrous.
Right?
Yeah.
There used to be a time where we inaugurated the president in March because it took so long for the information to get around from the results of the vote in November that they didn't have time to get their shit together over the winter. So they would go to March to announce the winner of the president. I mean, think about how long things have cut. Information transmission is now virtually instantaneous everywhere.
Everywhere.
And the accumulation of information is permanent. So, in other words, everything that you put out there, somebody's got a picture of somewhere.
That was one of the basic thoughts about the Electoral College, is it took a long time for information to travel. This is before we had any form of communication other than writing a letter. Or, I think telegraph was around then. No, it wasn't. It took time to get the vote, from the different colonies and everywhere across the United States. And so we had to have a method of counting the vote where a state could count their vote and then send it in, and so they get so many electoral votes and whatever. I can't explain it all. I don't know it all. Anyway, we're not there anymore. As you were just saying, Mitch, the instantaneous, the instantaneous transfer of information. It's now. We don't have to wait days, weeks, or months. There's so much.
Wait at all.
Yeah.
Well, and to the younger generation, they almost consider us weird for considering to wait that long. They're looking at us going, why aren't you doing this already?
Yeah. Well, technology is continuing to advance more and more, and we're in right now. Yeah, that's given the Republicans a fit because it provides for an easier method to vote, and that's one thing the Republicans don't want. They don't want an easier way. They don't want you getting out to vote. Are you shitting me? You don't have the purity that they require. Not if you're listening to this show, unless you're just
One of the
listening to the
reasons
show to yell at me or something, which knock yourself out.
One of the reasons they're moaning and groaning so much about getting kicked off social media, as we saw with Trump, is social media gave them a chance to spread disinformation faster than real information could spread.
And that is
And
still happening.
and that's still happening to a certain degree, but it's been hampered a little bit, which is why they're crying. They're crying so much about the evils of Silicon Valley and other nonsense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep that shit up. Remember where I work now. I actually work for a company. I'll dox myself here. I work for a company that specializes in secure information on the internet, secure cloud information.
Right.
I can tell you, I know for a fact that it is technologically feasible for you to file your tax returns. It's technologically feasible for you to file health information. I signed my fucking mortgage online. Then we could certainly vote online.
I don't
Like,
think. Yeah.
adults.
Yeah, they're going to scream, "Oh no, we could be hacked by the Russians. We could be hacked by the yeah, everybody." Your bank account, if you have an online banking, is pretty damn secure. And like Mitch just said, everything you do nowadays is damn near online, unless you're my brother.
We got hacked by the fucking Republicans.
Yes.
Yeah, we're much more likely to get hacked locally.
Yeah. Well, I said it a long time. I'm ready to go dip my thumb in ink. Just let's make it down to the basics here if we have to.
Why not keep the paper votes? We keep the people that want to mail-in vote, mail-in voting. Why it isn't national, I don't know. We keep all those. We just keep adding to it. We should be making these laws to make harder people vote are nonsense because we shouldn't be making it easier to people to vote. Florida just wrapped up their big investigation into voter fraud. You know how many cases of voter fraud they found?
How many they find?
0.
Oh no, shit.
0.
None. And that was ran by Republicans, Florida Republicans.
Again, this is
Sorry,
all.
Florida.
It's the big lie. This whole thing with the Arizona ninjas down there in the thing that's going to go on in Georgia. All of this is just to keep Bubba out there, the maggot, involved in knowing that the election was stolen and we're going to come back and take everything over again. It's to pump them up. And they're just it's disgusting to watch.
There are people who believe he can just be reinstated.
Yeah, reinstated.
Yes, Julie. As a matter of fact, I got it right here because my tablet's right there. When I was doing my show the other day, I was doing research because we all know there's 70% of the Republican Party thinks Donnie won the election. That's pretty damn bad. But when you break down that number, and they did, you find that 15%. Now these are smaller numbers, but these are the dangerous assholes we have to worry about. 15% believe in the QAnon theory that the Democratic Party is run by a pedophile cabal and we eat babies and drink blood. 15%.
And you know what? Those are the ones that did.
Freaking people.
Those are the ones that heard what Matt Gaetz said about the Second Amendment.
Yes.
And have their guns loaded and ready to go.
Well, actually, David, it's this other 20%, which it probably includes the 15%. So you're adding another 5%. 20% of them, and here's where Matt Gaetz comes in, believe that a storm of biblical size is going to come, and it will sweep away the evil elite, and reinstate the rightful leaders of this country. That's what Matt Gaetz is talking about. That's what we need, a storm of biblical size to rise up and wash out these evildoers and install the glorious King, Donnie.
This is carefully crafted propaganda.
Indeed.
Complete with dog whistle words, trying to appeal to the
Indeed.
fanatic Christians, trying to appeal to the patriarchs. You know that. Oh, goodbye, Julie.
Yes.
That's their
Julie's
theater,
leaving?
man. That's how they operate.
15 minutes ago.
Ah. All right, Julie's on her way out. I'll be back in a sec.
All right. Bill Jones, you were saying something?
No, it's trying to. That's how the Republicans operate. It's Republican theater at its best. That's how they operate. You can go back to the Tea Party thing in the 90s. You can go back to Newt Gingrich and his garbage back in the 70s. It's the same old crap.
That's all they got,
Republican theater. They don't know how to govern. They don't know how to legislate. They don't know how to put forth ideas to help people. All they know how to do is to cut taxes and bitch about Democrats. That's it. That's all they got.
The Democrat.
No.
Go ahead.
They got more than that. They got the ability to pack the Supreme Courts with offensive, unqualified people.
That's
But
for
they force
dishonorable
that ability- They forced that ability because they have control of the Senate, and they had Mitch McConnell. What we have to do, I mean, the real reason that I'm upset is, let's say that last week, 3 days ago, let's say it was a high school basketball game, and your team was playing the rival across the city.
All right.
It was for the championship, and you won 54-35.
We
But the
win.
ref came in and said, "Oh fuck that! You lost, man. The team that got 34, they won."
Yeah.
That's what they just did to us.
That's
what
exactly
they
what they just
the
did to us.
losing team, they lost by 19 votes and they won. Why?
Kiss
Because of
my
some
ass.
bullshit Jim Crow law that was invented in 1860s.
Kiss my ass,
We
Joe
need to
Manchin.
get
Well, a
rid
law
of-
that
we need
basically
to-
says every point they score is worth 5 points.
Yeah, it's just you need to get rid of the filibuster. If we don't get rid of the filibuster,
We're
in
pissing
deep
up a
shit.
tree.
Yeah, we need to get rid of it.
It's minority rules
like-
as
like-
long as that filibuster
like-
is in place.
Like
and you know
John
how
says,
hard that's going to be?
call your senator, call your congressman, like John says, and I constantly remind you, call them, talk to them, write letters to the editor of your local paper. Do not let them forget who was in charge of the insurrection of our capital.
Indeed.
Do not let them. Why do you think Mitch McConnell pushed this? Why do you think he did? Because he knows he's not stupid.
Yeah.
He knows that there were Republicans behind it. He knows that there were Republican congressmen giving goddamn fucking tours to insurrectionists 3 days before the event.
Who's that? Bobert was
He doesn't-
live
he
tweeting
doesn't-
Nancy's position?
He
You know?
does not want the media to be covering how fucked up the Republican Party is between now and the 2022 election. So
They
we
cannot-
we need to keep pressure on them, guys. That's the bottom
We do.
line. And I'm sorry I get pissed about this, but this
No.
is my country. John and I and many of us, and even those that you haven't, we serve our country and we love our country. We cannot let these assholes, excuse my French, ruin what we have.
No.
We have a wonderful
That's why
country.
we're going to
We need-
celebrate
We need to.
the men and
we need
women
to
who have
speak up,
died for
guys.
this country. That's
Amen.
That's
Amen.
what Memorial Day is, to honor those
Yep.
that have given their all for this country.
Yeah.
And if we turn
Anyway,
to
didn't mean to get emotional.
No, buddy,
We got about
that's
a
what
half,
we're
we
here
have a half
for.
a dozen. We have a half a dozen people waiting in the audience, and I'll let y'all go. I just I basically wanted to come on to let John know that I sent you a package last week, and I got a notification Saturday morning it was delivered to the post office, and then I realized, it's the weekend. I live in North Carolina. I live in the land of DeJoy,
Yeah,
Where,
well, it ain't no better down here, brother. It'll probably be in my
man.
box Tuesday when the post office opens up again. So.
Anyway, when you get it, give me a shout. I got a story to tell you so you can share with the family about
Outstanding.
it. It's not a from Bill to John gift. It's it has a unique story behind it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'll give you a call on the phone as soon as I get it.
Yeah, no worries, man. You
All
guys be safe, keep the faith, and don't let these Republicans get you down. Remember, we're in charge.
That's right, baby.
We're in charge.
Thank you,
We
Bill
just need to-
Jones.
we just need to get a find a way around these asshole Republicans in 40-some states now, and we got to get people to the polls next year
There
and
you
make
go.
sure our voice gets heard.
That's the key. It's all in the numbers,
That's
baby.
my job.
Outstanding.
All righty,
Bill.
guys. Talk to you next time. Take care.
All
Love
right,
you
Bill.
guys.
Thank you so much
Take
for
care,
being
Bill.
here, brother.
Thanks, Bill. Good night.
Always.
All right.
Good night, all.
Good night. Bill Jones did so much during the last election. He worked out there on Cal Cunningham's campaign. We appreciate everything that he has done, in furtherance of everybody getting the vote out and everything. And I admire that. And so, yeah, thank you. Anyway, let's get back to the rat killing.
The rat kill.
Yeah. That's what these
Let me
have
tell you
doing.
something about the rat kill. You've got a big rat in the White House, or
Hey.
not in the White House, at Mar-a-Lago at the moment.
Yeah, we chased him out of the White House.
I don't know
finally.
how the fuck this guy, for the last decades, but especially this last year, when he moved to Mar-a-Lago, wasn't he not supposed to live there? Wasn't it you can't stay here permanently thing and all that? And he seems to have told them to get stuff, doesn't he? He's still living there.
How
He is supposed
dare
to
you
leave
say
soon
that?
and go to live in New Jersey at Bedminster.
I seen a
How
story.
dare you
Jesus
say
Christ.
that about the Law and Order Party?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they backed the blue,
he turns
buddy.
his nose up at the law. He
Yeah.
just turns his nose up at the law and gets away with it. John Gotti was the old Teflon Don. Don Gotti. Now, Donald Trump,
He
he's
thinks
the new
he
Don
is.
Gotti.
I think that's coming. I think I saw a story even that Roger Stone had an interview with somebody and said that Donnie better be prepared to receive the indictment, that he's going to be indicted, and he's going to be indicted for tax fraud and tax evasion, probably mail fraud, all sorts of shit. Yeah,
Bank
those are
fraud.
coming. Bank fraud, yes, it's all coming.
Those
So-
are criminal charges,
Criminal
by the way.
charges, indeed, Mitch, indeed.
My
So what's
point
going
being, he's
to
not
happen?
He's not living in Mar-a-Lago, I think, because he's too scared to, I think. Would it be
He's
right
gonna get
saying
Gonna
forced
that?
to,
go,
though.
dude.
He's supposed to go to New Jersey, to Bedminster.
Yeah, I think
He's
that's
going
where
to
he's
do
going.
another hate rally.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sure that-
he started a tour of those.
These indictments, I believe, are going to be the starting of Donnie's "Let's Rise Up America and Take Over" because these guys are trying to get me. It's all a hoax. It's all a witch hunt and everything. But they're going to take your country away. You don't matter anymore. We have to rise up. And Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobart's going to be over there with the guns, going, yeah.
Yeah, they're laying the groundwork.
they
That's what
are.
this whole Gates is. They're laying the groundwork for Donnie to come up. He figures if he surrounds himself by the crowds
That's what I worry
constantly,
about.
they try to arrest him. The crowds are supposed to rise up and prevent that.
So when you hear Matt Gaetz out there saying it's an
I
obligation,
hope he does it. I hope he does it. Oh, Lord Jesus, please.
I know it.
Please, Donnie, please do it. You want to know why?
This may not
We're
end
ready
well.
now.
Yeah.
We're ready now.
Your bullshit.
We're ready.
Any other outcome than what Mitch is thinking and what I'm thinking, what we're all thinking, is turning their back on justice, which the Republicans are all willing to do right now. They don't give a shit about any crimes that Donnie committed. He's their
We
leader.
saw on January
Yeah.
6th how much they care about justice.
Yeah. If they're not willing to even have a commission to look into January 6th, you think they're gonna turn against their own master when it comes to indictments coming down? But the good thing about it is, always remember, there are more of us. We are talking on the other side, on the Republican side, we're talking about 30% of the country, and at best maybe 20% that are diehards. That we are not about to
That's a hell of a
advocate.
way to talk about. That's a hell of a way to talk about a billionaire genius businessman.
There could be one.
They're
Which one?
30% and shrinking because they're not getting vaccinated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, somebody just made a comment that somebody said there hadn't been a death in Texas since March something. That's bullshit. Yeah, we have 'em. I don't know where that information came from. Anyway, Cat.
No, that's been the thing they've been spreading around some of the red states.
I thought that's
One of your local politicians said
Well,
that.
you know,
One
the
of your
people
local
who will
female
believe anything.
politicians.
said that there had been no deaths in Texas.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Straight
she
gaslighting.
lied.
Yes.
She lied. Outright lied. Let me thank Catman56, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis, who came in with $5 and said, why do the un-American right-wing nut jobs get more media airtime than we, the people, pro-American groups do? Keith, thank you very much for the donation, brother.
There's a
Because
tragic
drama
answer
sells.
to that. Drama sells, the spectacle.
Yeah, drama sells,
It's all
baby.
entertainment.
Look at here.
We've been conditioned through
Shiny
reality
object.
TV
That's
to
it.
call this entertainment.
That is fucking it right there.
Ah, you got a voice. Glad to see you jump in every once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just not gonna chime in when the conversation's good here. No, it's just that's what I've been saying for years. Is anything that can produce drama. I think that's why Trump got it to begin with. Is everybody was all aboard the drama train.
Yeah, because
every
he got airtime every time he turned around. That's all you could see on the news was.
Too many people went forward with the attitude, I wonder what will happen if we do this.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it and find out. Yeah. That's like saying, here, hold my beer. It's not going to turn out well.
Donnie, do you think that Donnie is thinking any time at any stage said to himself, fuck, I wish I hadn't become president. It's been a nightmare for me.
Yes.
Every day.
I
He
think
never
he's-
wanted to be president.
I think he says it all the time, and I think he's going to be thinking it every minute of the day here pretty soon.
He never wanted to be president.
No.
Still didn't want
He
it.
wanted the publicity.
Really?
To me, I really do. I think he started coming down that escalator, on the thought that this is going to be a lot of good publicity. Look at here. Donald Trump's going to run for... And the only reason I lost was because, well, of course, they cheated. Either
Compare
way.
Trump side to side with Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz seriously wants to be king of America.
Rafael
He
Eduardo
wants
Cruz,
Jesus
the
to be king.
booger-eating
The slimy
/ fly eating. Did you see the fly?
I did. It turns out that was a
That's fake.
doctored video,
That's forwarded.
but it's a funny doctored video.
Oh, it's a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. You just bust my bubble.
Yeah, I know.
Now I
So
just got to
was
go back to
hoping it was-
booger eating. We know that's
You
been
got to
verified.
assume You got to assume anything you see is
Yeah,
doctored.
that's
until
true. The way he
proven
choked down
otherwise.
that
I gotta
water,
admit,
I thought,
John, I had a song half written. I don't know if you remember this from a kid. The old lady that swallowed the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. No, we sang it when I was a little kid, but I had a whole half song written for Ted Cruz about that before I heard the announcement that it was a doctored video.
damn it. And flies seem to be a popular thing amongst Republicans. I don't know. That's Mike Pence.
You know,
Who knows?
Party of the
They
Flies,
ain't
Lord of
shit.
the Flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Why don't they change it from an elephant to a fly? Because they're attracted
Oh,
to shit,
man.
and that's what the Republican Party has become. So a fly would be much more appropriate. And then the
they are maggots to
little
start
world
off
maggots
with,
would
aren't
be
they?
more appropriate too. Well, look at there. It's a fly party. There's a bunch of maggots over there. Look at there. That's what they've made themselves. This is not this. This is what's so pitiful for our society. Is even though we're talking about 30% of our population or so, whatever it is, 40%. Are you
just put a
shitting
horrible
me?
image in my mind.
These
Just put a
are our
horrible image in
fellow
my mind.
Americans. They're your neighbors. They're my neighbors. They're my neighbors that still have the Trump flag up. Still believe that. You really have to worry about our
I got
society.
neighbors who have-
Side
I
by
got
side image.
neighbors who have Trump 2016 still up.
I got
Here's
them up
an
with
image to put
2024.
side by side with
Yeah,
you.
they're getting prepared, baby. They're getting
You've
ready.
seen a blow of maggots, right? Where they're all squirming and squirming around together.
Yes.
On-
Unfortunately,
put that
too
side
many
by side
times.
with the image of a maggot rally.
Yeah, same thing.
And it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same damn thing.
Well, because, and it's sad because the only thing the Republican Party has to sell right now is hate. They don't like the facts things because none of that shit works in their favor.
Dude, that's
And-
been their gig. That's been their
when
gig
they
since
figured
the-
out that-
since World War II.
With Republicans, it's not about the issues. Don't talk about the issues. They don't give a shit about the issues. It's about the attitude. Yeah, did you hear what they said about your mother? Let's go kick their. That's what they're selling, whatever hate
They're
it
gonna-
is. That's what
John,
they're
they're going to
selling.
lose on issues. They're going to lose every time on
Every
issues.
time
'cause
on
they're on the wrong
issues.
side of issues.
Yes. Yes.
They're not interested in
They're not
winning on
interested
issues,
in
so.
debating the issues. They're not interested in forwarding legislation. Their job is to keep their maggots out there as pissed off as they can because, freedom.
It works.
Yeah, it works. It does. The flag, wave the
All
flag,
that good.
hold the Bible, tell them, my Second Amendment from my cold dead hands and all those,
The brown people are coming. Poor
Yes,
people
brown
are
people.
coming.
Brown people are
Women
coming.
are coming.
Women,
are coming.
women, you're going to let her
Now
say
people
that?
are coming to take your
You know,
stuff.
it's disgusting.
It's not even the facts they have to produce. They only have to produce doubt. And
That's
that's
it.
enough for their supporters.
That's it. That's what they thrive on. So as we sit here, as liberals, as Democrats, as people who are looking for ways to further our society, to lift all boats, to do all the little cliched things that we always say that we need to do. We're searching for those answers, and we have another party on the other side that is more than willing, actively trying to hurt not only our society, but our country. They really will, just so they can say, look how bad that is. Look at this. This is terrible. You ought to elect us. We'll make things better. No, they're trying their damnedest to get in the way of any legislation that will advance the society. It's their job.
You know why they do that, John?
Why?
Because that's how we win. When we pass legislation,
Yes.
the legislation we pass becomes so popular, they can't get rid of it at that point. They trim away at it.
Like
They
Obamacare.
dice away at it like Social Security,
A
like
big move
Obamacare,
that people loved.
like the post office.
Like,
They
hey,
will
go
attack
figure.
it and try it, but it pisses people off, and they realize that, oh, now we better back off health care because people like this, and we're going to lose on this. That's one of the reasons they're opposing all legislation out of the gate, because they know if we get it passed, people are going to like it, and it will stay, and that's how we win.
Yeah.
We got to get stuff done. That's
We
the bottom
have
line.
we have to
People
keep.
like Joe Biden. They
Yes.
like Joe Biden because he's showing that he's doing something for the people and not for himself.
Joe Biden is, I am so impressed with this, and I think a lot of people are, even people that were Bernie supporters and everything, which I was, started out, I'm all Bernie. But when it became Joe, I'm all Joe, baby. But now I'm surprised at the moves that Joe is willing to do. He's not wanting to make little steps here. Jeff, well, let's just negotiate a nice little thing here with the Republicans. No, he's putting shit out there, baby. This is what we need to do. Make them say no. Can you imagine
We
the
could say
ads
the
that we're
same
building
about
up for
Chuck Schumer.
2022?
I'm sorry, no.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
I said I wish we could say the same thing about Chuck Schumer. I wish we could say the same thing about Nancy Pelosi. They are failing us.
Yeah, they're
They're
soft.
failing us.
The problem in the House right now, this minute, right now, is Nancy Pelosi needs to trot her ass out there and just let people know there's a select committee. I don't give a shit if it's bipartisan or not. I would prefer to see a bipartisan select committee in the House to start this investigation in January 6th and get after it now. I don't want to wait for this shit. Let's get it while the iron is hot here. While people are still, because that's what the Republican Party is counting on. Delay.
The longer we wait, the more they can dig in their strategy to oppose it,
Yes.
and the more
Well,
the more the
you've got
memory
no
fades
memory.
from
They need
US.
to be held accountable for what they did. That's the bottom line, because we all know what they
Well,
did.
see, Pelosi could be smart and turn this all around and make the Republicans look really bad by saying, look, we're going to have a select committee. We're going to have umpteen numbers of Democrats. There are so many seats open for Republicans. Those willing to join, you've got until up this date to join. You're welcome. The ones that join will be the heroes of the true Republican Party. And if she makes it that committee's there to find the facts, the truth for the American people, it'll be a successful committee in the eyes of the people for whatever they find. But as long as the Republicans that walk along and say, I'll go along with that Nancy, they'll be there for a while, because and the ones that say no, well, they're going to be stood out as sour grapes and bad people and all that crap, you know?
I wish you were right. I don't think I think you missed that.
Do you
But
think some Republicans, though, I mean, there's got to be a half dozen would say, yeah, Nancy, I'll
Dude,
jump on that committee, surely.
they're a cult. They are a cult
Yeah.
of Trump. They're a cult of fucking evil. And
But
they
some
will
have voted
do.
against him.
I'm telling you, man, they're gonna. You saw it on January 6th.
We're
That was
in a
the,
position.
that was the first attempt.
We're in a position right now, all right, because in the House they're going to do something. They're going to form a committee. We know they are. The question's going to be: is it going to be a bipartisan committee, or is it just going to be "fuck you"? We're going to do it alone.
Well, they've got to invite the Republicans. They've got to invite them at least.
Yes. Well, there will be, for the decorum alone. they'll invite. But I think they ought to get the people, the Republicans in the House, that negotiated the damn commission investigation to begin with. That they agreed. These are the rules. Okay, we all agree. Let's go to the Senate. Get those people and put them on the freaking commission.
But it could be a select committee.
Yes,
which is probably what it will be.
With full power,
and it will be
subpoena.
majority by one of Democrats.
Yes. Yes. But
that seems fair.
On the same tokens of the Iran-Contra affair, on
Benghazi, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
How many? We had 3 select committees on Benghazi, by the way.
But did you see Hillary's numbers, poll numbers? That's the answer to that shit. But this is a crime.
Hey, John?
Yes.
John I Fly.
John?
Johnny Fly. Are you in here?
Jumped into
Hey,
the room.
Johnny Fly.
Hi.
How you doing, brother? Travis is out of the room. I don't
I'm
know.
here.
Ah, well, I'm glad you are.
I'm
Because
testing
our
out
security system sucks. But go ahead.
I'm testing.
Go ahead.
But yeah, they didn't lock the door. But anyway,
Yeah. What can you do?
I was watching MSNBC this morning, and there was a guy by the name of Roland Martin on there. When you were talking about what Nancy Pelosi needs to do, and he was saying, he was referencing the Texas bill, SB7, I believe.
SB7, yes.
You're breaking up,
Well,
Johnny.
anyway,
You're breaking up a little bit.
Democrats not only do something about, he said, speak.
Yeah, Johnny Fly, you're breaking up, brother. Are you close to the mic there and everything? Are you all right? I hear you coughing.
Hear me?
Yeah.
No, but John, we're getting every 4th word. Maybe go out and come back in again, John.
Yeah, you're breaking up, so we're only hearing little bits and pieces of what you're saying. And I know it's important. Now, I don't know how to, because them controls aren't on my side of the desk. I'd have to go over there in the dark, and I can't see, and then I'd push a button, and you know how that shit goes.
Dark.
Yeah. Travis will be back here in a minute. Anyway, there he did it. So evidently you can control whatever. And I don't know. This is new to me, so that's why I have him. So I don't have to learn what that is. How
Did
that
you
works.
just to fill the gap in? I loved Ivanka saying Alan Weisenberg. I think he works for the company.
I think he works for the company. I think he works
I
for the company.
loved it. I loved it. It's the Trump MO, isn't it? Who? What?
Yeah.
Don't know him.
Yeah, don't know him. I barely knew the guy. By the way, is this your bus here?
40 years for the company. He's worked 40 years for his work for the Trumps, and she says, I think he works for the company.
Yeah,
The
now
name
she
sounds
thinks she's going to
familiar.
play dumb now.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Johnny Fly had
played-
tried to come in, but there was a
Yeah,
problem.
here's the thing. You never let me have the chance to actually explain the new
Okay.
thing today at
Okay.
all.
Well, then take a minute here.
Yeah, no, we're gonna take a minute right here, really quick. So if anybody,
Can they hear you in here?
yeah, they can
Okay,
hear me.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we were supposed to talk about this earlier, but Dad kind of started the show, and I didn't want to interrupt the
always
flow
my
conversation. No, it's not always your
I
fault.
know
Just
it.
just saying it as it is. So no, we're if anybody went to go try to join us on the live show today, you'll notice that our old channel is kind of dormant at the moment, and that's because we're trying something new tonight. We brought the live show back into the Blue Room, which was our original Discord group. That's where all of our members are. And the purpose of this is to make it a little bit easier for people to join in if they want to, or if they just want to listen in, they have that ability as well. Dad has stole, yet again, one of my monitors. So I am down a monitor yet again because
I'm giving a hint.
Yeah, no. I'm just since you're showing it off, I figured I'd just explain. Dad's yet again took one of my monitors. That's fine. So that way he can see who's in the room. So essentially, to anybody listening in on Discord, there is a little button down there. It's got a little icon that's essentially raising your virtual hand, and that'll let us know that you're actually interested in wanting to take part in the show. And so that way we don't just randomly pull somebody who's...
So if you're in the queue...
Yes.
And you want to be on the show, then you raise your hand.
Yeah.
You raise your hand, you go, hey.
And then we get
a
list of requests, and then we go through the requests and bring people in whenever. And if you're wondering what the hell is all this about, if you go to abluedotintexas.com, where are you going?
Nowhere. I just had to stand up for a second.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
I got to stretch I could put it on.
I mean, it's the same thing. You're kind of out of frame no matter what. We need that third camera for the standing cam. Anyway, anybody who wants to take part into the conversation, you can just download Discord. We got all the details listed on our website, which is slowly being updated with all new revisions. Just keep an eye on that. We got some exciting things coming. You can go to abluedotintexas.com and just look up at the top right of the page. You'll see that little menu button that says Discord. Go read it. It's got all the instructions you need to join us tonight. And to those listening on Discord, this is all new. If this works well today, we might be doing it this way from here on out. We're still trying to see how this works, see if it works, and for us, and because we know there's a lot of people who, for one reason or another, don't have the ability to listen on YouTube or Facebook, so they go through our Discord, which is totally fine. And this is one way to, give power to that. But also, this is simpler because if you want to be on the show, we get a little alert saying you want to be on the show. And we'll try to get as many people as we can in, and so that's that. So that's currently the new thing. So if you're trying to join the show like you would the last few months or almost a year now, right now it's currently not that. Just go back to the Blue Room where you guys go and talk after the show. You'll find us all up here talking, and I'm going to go through here.
We're kind of connected to the Blue Room. I mean,
I think John I flies in here now though.
Yeah, I am. I didn't know. You're saying about clicking raise hand, but when I click, it just says hide request or show request. It doesn't. So I had to click this move to audience or move to the show. So I have that ability, and that's how I got it. Then I realized,
while you were
I
gone,
can unmute.
Johnny Fly came in the room. Bing. He got
Do
through the lasers. You got to readjust those lasers, man. You got to get.
Do I sound better now?
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear now.
Because you were telling me to go out and come back in, or Aussie Dave did, but that little phone thing is gone down below. I don't see that now. So,
the little phone?
Yeah,
thing?
it's completely different. You have to hit the button that says exit quietly.
That's what I did.
So yesterday.
You're making me work for this, Travis.
Keep up with the technology here, Johnny Fly. Come on now.
If I had a dime for every time I've heard that today,
see
I'd be
how I've
rich.
mastered it already?
Anyway, what I was saying before, John, is like this. Roland Martin had a good point. He said that the Democrats need to be put like a little more action to, and not just speaking and speaking softly, because the Republicans don't give a shit. You know what they're going to do. And I don't know if you saw my most recent rant, but I said they have a strategy, and that's part of their strategy. They will do what they can to get back in power, and if it's to lie, cheat, steal, or whatever they have to do,
if it hurts this country,
to do it.
They're willing to do it.
Exactly.
That's what's so pitiful. Are they willing to actually hurt our society, our country? Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yes.
And that's what's so pitiful.
And there's no shame. No, nothing.
That went out the window totally now.
Well,
they've been
Matt
building on it for years, but now with Donnie Boy come around, shit, they're out in the open, baby. They don't give a shit.
Well, Matt Gaetz just, what was it the other day? He said, I'm proud to belong to the party of Trump.
Oh, Virginia Woodley, there's no tornadoes around me, darling. We've been pretty good.
Yeah, you hear it? Yeah, you hear that? It's like,
there in Texas today, Sidney Powell and Mike Flynn are having a QAnon conference.
Oh, really?
That's another thing.
Really?
When are they gonna? Well, when are they going to charge?
many
When are they
down
going
there.
to?
Such a cute
When are they going to put Matt Gaetz on trial in prison? Or whatever?
Yeah, well, you know, the I'm sorry, I was over here relaxing. I got a bad crick in my back. I swear I thought about bringing my rocking chair in here, but that's because my rocking chair is very stiff and my back goes right up against it. Anyway, I can't read that.
The question was, why isn't Gatz in jail yet?
Yeah.
Why isn't Gatz
Yeah,
arrested
why
yet?
is he still
coming.
running
Wait your
around
turn.
the country?
I think it's a trigger. Gatz and Trump, the arrest will be a trigger for some idiots.
That's
They're
true.
going
My
to.
eyes are
I
really
can tell you
screwed
what I think.
Ah.
There's some big movement that's going to happen in the Southern District of New York and in the district, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and they're going to coordinate this so that they sweep all these people up at once. I'll tell you why. Because you can't have it where you sweep Trump up and you allow these other idiots out there to whine and crow about how unfair it is, et cetera,
Yes,
right?
That's true.
So I'm telling you, it's gonna come down like a mighty wind. But I really, you know something? I'm waiting. It's been a long time. It's been more than 4.5 months since January 6th. Low-level criminals have been charged. Some have been imprisoned. We still haven't started. There still has not been one trial, although there have been some people who have pled guilty. There have been some
the
reduction in
insurrectionists?
charges, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Yes, but so far nobody has been convicted of a crime related to the insurrection. That cannot stand. And I'm telling you guys, you blue dots here, if we don't get justice over this, then maybe we got to start burning some shit down.
This
I hate
has
to
to
say
happen.
it.
No, what would we have left when justice when injustice becomes law? Resistance is duty. Isn't that what it is? Isn't that what Matt Gaetz is
Let me
calling
tell you
about?
something. If QAnon gets power in this country, real power,
Lord have
right now they
mercy.
don't have power. They
They
have
don't even
some
know who
power.
QAnon, or did they find out who QAnon is, Travis? They found out
It's
who
relative.
Q was.
There's
yeah.
a lot of a lot of
The guy in the
theories.
Philippines or something?
Yeah, there was that, but I mean I don't even know if that's real, nor do I.
Nobody really knows.
No one
Nobody
really knows.
There
knows
was
who
that
it is.
report,
They're listening to
apparently,
Magic Man.
There was
Oh,
a
I forgot.
reporter from
It's probably more than one person.
Tupac, are you in the
there was a
room?
reporter from America Online. He was supposed to be the Q guy, America Online guy. He works as a producer there, and Bill Maher called him out a few weeks ago. So it's someone within America Online is apparently the Q starter or the Q.
It's somebody who's sitting on their ass laughing their shit off every damn day.
Yes. Doing
As to
nothing.
how
It's a nothing
far he can make
organisation.
these idiots. How far can you make a jackass walk? Well, just Anyway, JTM Tupac 80. Are you in? Are you in the? Are you with us?
Hi, John. It's Jeremy from Head On.
Oh, Jeremy, how you doing?
Good, you?
I'm hanging in there, brother. Can't do anything better. Glad to see you come by.
I just wanted to say that I was listening to Oberman's latest good point. Said the Republican Party, as we knew it, is dead. The party
Yes.
is essentially bullies. The way you stop a fucking bully is you hit them hard, so hard they can't hurt you back. That's what we need to do. There's no peace and love with these.
There's hardly any. You can't. If somebody said it, and I love their little quote. The Republicans are the ones that'll stab you in the back and then accuse you of carrying a concealed weapon. That's who they are.
Hey, John. The
Yes,
guy you were
Jeremy?
talking about earlier, asking about the guns and stuff. Trillion. He'll argue the opposite of anything anyone says. Don't take it personally. I think he's just testing people. So he just does that with everything.
Who's that? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Talking earlier about a guy from Head On from another show who was arguing what are cops good for, basically.
Oh, well, the cop.
That's what
Oh,
he
the
does.
cops thing.
He'll argue the opposite. Anyone says just to frustrate.
Oh yeah, no, we have to. There is no question at all that reform has to come to police department. We have to have a
Right.
national registry of cops that do bad things so we can know who the bad thing cops are. These are basic things that any corporation would do. if they got somebody in a corporation that's making problems, making waves, and now this guy's not doing his job, or they get rid of his ass. But not in the police. They just move from department to department. But what I was trying to make my point on Robin's show was because my father was a police officer at one time, a sheriff's officer. It's so much. As a matter of fact, where did that fire happen? We just seen the fire. The guys run over there to grab the guy, and then the truck explodes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, there's two officers. Body cam show. This vehicle's on. This pickup truck is on fire. The cops run over there, open the door. This guy, he's strapped in. They got to get him unstrapped. This vehicle is major on fire. Two cops grab him and drag him away. And as soon as they do, boom, freaking truck just goes. I mean, within seconds. So there are those, and I also remember that how many times the worst thing that sometimes we ask officers to do is to show up at that accident out on the highway with 3 dead kids in the back seat. That's rough. So, yeah, cops do. There are good cops. The cops perform an essential duty. As Robin reminded me, it was Madison that said, if men were angels, we would need no law. But men are not angels. And so we need them. But we need them to serve the people. And we need them to obey the law as much as they're asking us to. And
Can I tell a story
Sure.
real quick, John?
Go ahead, Mitch.
As many of you might know, I'm a veteran of the United States Army, New
Indeed.
Jersey National Guard. I served my entire career with the 250th Signal Battalion, Company C of the 50th Armored Division. And I trained I was in the Signal Corps, obviously, and we trained with our equipment at Seagirt, New Jersey. And Seagirt is a state police and state National Guard run facility. It's right on the beach, right in the middle of New Jersey. It's the only beach in New Jersey that you can have a campfire on because it's state property and there's no law against having a fire on the beach on the property. So we used to go there when I was active in the day, and we would go out on the beach and have clam bakes because it's literally the only place that you can legally have a clam bake in the entire state, unless it's privately owned beach and you get a permit.
Right.
So we used to do this all the time. We used to train there, and we used to have a gym. And basically the deal was we would either do regular PT or we had to do 90 minutes in the gym. So if it was nice, if it was hot out, we would go in the gym. Gym was air conditioned. I was in the locker room of the gym.
Right.
And now the facility was shared between the state cops and the National Guards people who were also state employees. We worked for the governor. So we used to share the barracks, the mess hall, all that stuff with the state cops. So we used to have our training there. They would have their very, very early in the process, cadets for being a state trooper come through Seagirt, and they stayed part of their training time they spent at Seagirt. So we frequently interacted.
Right.
And I had an occasion, it was just me and my crew. We were there. We just were finishing up. We were getting ready to go. And we were listening to these cadets talking about why they became police officers. And one of them just came out and said, I really want to be a police officer so I can shoot an N-word.
Well,
right there. And they laughed.
There's the problem. They laughed.
Right? And this is, dude, I was right there. It was 1987, summer of 1987. I will never forget it. And you want to know something? You want to know, it's not just intrinsically horrible thing to say and an insensitive thing to say, but it has, for the rest of my life from that moment on, colored my view of police officers in America.
Oh, Lord. No, I grew up in Louisiana. I've heard that language out of plenty of cops down there when I was young. Are you shitting me? I was in reform
shocking
school.
to me.
It
was shocking to me, brother. It was shocking.
Yeah.
It hurt me deep.
It should all, just tonight I'm mad at myself. And mad at our society, mad at our system, because tomorrow, being Memorial Day, it's also the anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre, which the reason I'm mad is because it was only in the last year that I learned of it, that I even learned of this. And then when you go to research a little bit, how many of those incidents happened across our country during the late 1800s or early 1900s? This was terrible, but it's kept out of our history books, so God forbid that our kids learn what really happened and be able to advance better into a better society than what we are. You know, that really bothers me. But tonight, now tomorrow night, I think CNN has a special on about it. And then tonight, MSNBC has a special about it. And tonight, I normally watch that other fella.
By the way, there are denialists out there in the Republican Party who claim that Tulsa, never happened.
Never happened.
It was never happened.
He's the same guy that says January 6th.
That it was
these are not the George you're looking for.
Killed.
That kind of shit. You know?
They live in them fantasy land.
You can't allow that.
Happen.
What you're doing is you're forcing your populace to live in ignorance. To live in ignorance. I don't want to be ignorant. I want to be knowledgeable about things. I don't have to be a specialist in every damn thing. There are people that are.
John. Yeah, and they want our kids and stuff to be just as ignorant as they are. The Republican Party does not have our best interest as a country in mind. I don't know if you ever figured that out by now, but they don't. They don't. They'll do whatever they can. I'm waiting for them to hit the LGBTQ community.
Oh, you're on the list, baby. You're on the list.
Oh yeah.
There's a comment here. I gotta point out. Pat I'm gonna screw this up, Pat. I'm sorry. No, is that Paul McSibble? I'm screwing it up. He said, I heard about it in Ireland as a young man, talking about the Tulsa incident. Heard it in Ireland, but we don't hear it here. That's a problem, baby.
Hey, I got to roll, guys. Thank you, John, for a good time. Johnny
Mitch?
Fly, good to see you, brother. Dave,
Good to see you too.
Jeremy, Travis,
Yo.
take care, everybody.
Mitch, thank you for
Love
coming
you,
by.
Chris.
Julie,
Take care,
thank,
Julie.
thank Julie first for coming by and blessing us with her presence. We always enjoy to have it.
Hey,
You're
John,
welcome.
Yeah, there she
All right,
is.
take care, everybody.
All right, Mitch, y'all love you. All right.
John, I'd like to tell you this stuff's all in the South, but I shit you not. My hometown, which, well, not really my hometown, but 2 towns over, Burlington, Vermont.
Right.
Town where Bernie was mayor for 10 years. A couple nights ago, I heard Malloy talking about how the left used to get their info out. During the last 2 elections, again, I shit you not, the people who leafleted in this town were the fucking KKK.
The one who got the one who got the what?
People who put the leaflets out weren't the left. It was the KKK in Burlington, Vermont, the last 2 elections.
That you don't think for a second that they're grasping this opportunity. The white nationalists, the Klan, militia groups, they're grasping onto this January 6th as something that, look here, we almost did it. Look, we just need a few more y'all to come join up. Whatever it is, whether it be the militia or the Klan, whatever hate they're selling, whoever they could sell it to, they're out there actively trying to recruit people into this quagmire of bullshit they call the Republican Party. And they're using hate because hate's easy to sell, baby. Everybody hates somebody. Don't you hate somebody? Well, of course you do. Well, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get them people, whoever it is that you hate. And they dig that out of you. We have to be better than that. We have to be stronger than that.
Hey, John.
Hey, Chris.
John, it's Chris.
Hey,
How
Chris.
are you, man?
I am fine, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. How does that song go? Everybody hates somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Dean Martin, we know that guy. Everybody hates somebody sometime.
Right.
And it's how's things in your life, Chris?
Say? What does Robin say about this? She says, if there's no repercussions to the January 6th, that's a rehearsal.
Yes.
Simply a
yes.
rehearsal.
If they're not held to account, then this is just practice. They're getting ready. And that's who Matt Gaetz was talking about today or last night. That's who he was talking to. Matt Gaetz out there saying it is the Second Amendment is an obligation. And your gun is not for hunting or sport. It's for rising up against your government when it's needed. That's what he's out there selling.
These fuckers are like the ogres and the orcs and the trolls from Lord of the Rings. They won't fucking stop coming. They just won't.
They are. They're not, mate. They are the Borg. The Borg.
Yeah.
Well, if I would have seen that movie, I'd know what y'all were talking about.
Well, the Borg, John,
I miss all the good movies.
Borg are a trillion aliens that are ruled by one mind, one person, and the rest act. One person thinks and the rest act, and they got no direction bar that one mind.
Republican Party.
That's Trump's mind, and yeah.
You know
what?
Okay, I got a grasp on it now. You're discussing the Republican Party.
Just imagine Magic Mushroom Marjorie, gonorrhea gangrene, with her mind in charge of 1 trillion people.
Yeah.
That's the Borg.
Gonorrhea.
And they have a saying that when they attack someone, they're saying, you are going to be assimilated. Resistance is useless.
Yeah.
You're going to be assimilated.
Yeah.
But what fucked the Republican Party in the world on the world stage was when you guys were attacked on 9/11, the people who attacked you were not attacked back. You attacked another country that didn't attack you. And the country that attacked you, you now sell them billions of dollars in weapons so they can use it against you.
Isn't that strange how that works out?
And we're
Ain't that
helping chop up journalists.
Let me catch up real quick. Michael J. came in with $10 and said, unfortunately, if the Dems rise up, then it's going to become an American Civil War too. You know, that we have to be careful, baby, because some of these people, they're serious about that Second Amendment shit. That's the right resolution here. We just need to rise. No, we can't let. That's how come justice has prevailed. That's how come we have to do this legally. That's how come I want to see a bipartisan committee in the House. I don't want it to just be Democrats, because if it is, we're just giving them a weapon. Look at them Democrats. It's a hoax. It's a witch hunt. That's all them Democrats think about. No. We need to have, if we're going to have a two-party system instead of just a dictatorship, then that party, what did that guy say? You have to live in reality, and right now they're not. Well, would they have to come back?
Ryan. Yeah, that comment was great, John.
Yeah, it was. We have to have two parties.
Reality-based reality.
Yeah, and they're not. They're not reality-based. Right now, they're willing to do and say anything at all to further their advancement on a short-term deal, because this cannot last, because we know it's ignorance. We know they're lying. We know the bullshit that they're trying to sell. And eventually it's going to play out. Trump is going to be indicted. He's going to be tried at some point. You know, I'm worried that they're going to use that as the rallying point to go, well, here it is, boys. We need to go in and rescue him.
Time to go.
Ass.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what's going to happen once he gets indicted? He's bound to be indicted. Already
Look, guys,
tonight,
I'm sorry, I don't think there's enough Trump supporters out there now, especially after January the 6th, will go up against the government, the law, the FBI, the CIA. No, there's not enough of them. And they won't do it. They may get a few thousand, but you're not going to get the Civil War size numbers,
will not
guys,
be.
He hasn't got that backing.
They're not. This is not something that is a reality based in their head. This is because they don't play it out the end game. No, because for one, we're talking about a minority of people. So it's not going to be an insurrection. They're not going to go in there and overthrow the government, and all of a sudden the whole country is just going to be, well, okay. No, that's not going to happen. But what we do have to worry about is some of these people, as we have seen in the past, who are willing to commit mass murder in the name of some bullshit manifesto they wrote. That's possible. So that's what I'm more worried about. I'm not worried about an overthrow of our government. I'm worried about the same thing that's happening every day in this country anyway, being put on steroids. Go ahead.
John, I wouldn't take my eyes off of them. I don't trust them one bit. No. Just like everybody thought Trump would not get elected. He got elected.
Yeah.
They will do everything. Like I said, lie, cheat, steal, whatever. and they'll chip little by little by little. And now they're using this propaganda campaign. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz.
Yes.
And if you keep hearing this over
and they're
over,
pushing the extreme to those maggots that come to the rallies.
Exactly.
And they take it seriously.
So don't underestimate them.
No.
Don't underestimate
They're hauling
them.
in that maggot cash.
Yeah, they're making that money, baby.
Fast and Furious.
And paying no attention to the damage that they're doing to this country. Paying no attention to it. It doesn't even cross their mind. The damage that they are willing to do. And that's what I mean. If you think for one minute that they're not willing to make this country suffer. Yeah.
Well, John, they're hoping that everybody else in this country won't notice it either while they're up to their evil deeds. But trust me, we cannot take our eyes off of them.
No.
I can't stress it enough.
No. We have to be involved. And we're not asking you to go the degree that some of them are, that we're going to spend our whole summer out here going to you know, what would they call a liberal rally? A rally?
A riot?
Huh? Well, you know, we call them maggot rallies. What would we be?
Yeah.
We'd be a university compared to them.
The maggots would say, if the liberals have a rally, no matter how quiet it is, it's going to be a riot, because they're going to say, look at the liberals out there causing trouble.
It would have to turn into a riot because, you know, Antifa would be there, BLM would be there, you know, all the natural selection of boogeyman that they can come up with in their head. That's who it is.
Louis Vuitton store on fire, right? Which an agent provocateur from the Proud Boys will be happily set ablaze.
Did y'all see that hat shot up in Tennessee? Nashville, I think. Y'all see the story about that? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's a nice hat store. It's a hat store in Nashville, Tennessee, where you buy a cowboy hat, or I'm sure another type of hat, ball cap maybe, I don't know, but it's a hat store. And the lady that owns the hat store, you know, because freedom, was giving out patches, I think, and the patch was a star, David. Yellow star, saying unvaccinated.
Wow.
She was gonna, she was telling, we're coming out with hats, we're gonna have ball caps and T-shirts that say the same thing, you know. And then she got pounced on. People showed up at her store. Stetson, one of the, you know, who you don't even have to be a cowboy hat liker to know who Stetson is, A. Stetson.
Yeah.
They immediately pulled out of the product out of her store. She suffered a bot.
Good.
Yeah. That's you know.
Well, that's what's going to take.
That's what exactly. That's corporate America saying, "Hey, you stupid, you idiot! What are you doing?" But
stock's going to be limited to white hoods from now on.
Right. Yeah,
really.
But that's who, you know, they're going to push this. Well, you know, it's the Democrat socialists, you know, the same socialists, the Nazi socialists as the Democratic socialists. They're going to try to tie that together. You know, keep repeating that to them, and that's what they get in their mind. And again, it's projection. Hey, guess who the Nazis are? Yeah, it's not us, baby.
Well, John, when she comes up and says something stupid like that, somebody ought to stand up in the audience and challenge that bitch.
Somebody ought to metaphorically stand up and slap the fire out of her, metaphorically speaking. You know, do it diplomatically. Say the nicest things in the nastiest way. Huh?
Guys,
hey, we elect you to do it.
Yeah.
What you guys need to understand for the Republican Party now, blissful ignorance is a virtue. It is not a vice.
Indeed.
It is a virtue.
Indeed.
They expect you to blindly. They call us sheeple, liberals sheeple. Bullshit.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Is projection. They don't.
Any kind of shit that comes
they don't
out of
understand their own. If they can't turn that mirror around and look at themselves and see what they're doing, to look objectively. But again, for the Republicans, it's all a facade anyway. It's wave the flag, hold the Bible up, Mom, and you know all of that stuff. Patriotic. We support the troops. It's all a bumper sticker. Are you shitting me?
What's the name
Come
of the
on,
guy,
man. It means more than that.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, TW is in the room. I didn't know TW snuck in here. Hey, TW.
You don't like Greenwood? You must be
You'll
a
be
communist.
assimilated. You will assimilate. You will understand. You will understand the universal what
One
they
of
want.
us.
Yeah,
One of us. One
Yeah.
of us.
Yes.
what he
yes,
said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
TW, how you doing?
Hey,
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good. How's Mark? Mark doing okay?
Right now, he's staring at my aunt, looking at her to see if he wants.
Well, he's saying, "Get up, give me something." Gee,
Yeah,
he
he's
smells.
got
Nice.
food. He's just being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. That's what their job is.
Hello,
be a pain
Aaron.
in the butt.
Hello, Aaron Tromley.
Aaron is in the room.
No, she's got a sticker on your screen. I'm just looking at it now. Aaron Tromley's on your screen.
Really? You know who Aaron Trumley
Yeah.
is? That's
she's
Aaron
running
Trumley.
for,
That is
she's
Aaron
a pretty
Trumley.
woman.
Yes, she is. She's also running for town council in Mulroot, New York, and that is her contact information on Facebook, and that is her official actblue.com. If you want to donate and help her with her campaign, I'm sorry, we should have run that earlier. I have a tendency to forget. I forget shit.
You have a
Squirrel.
tendency to be like,
Yes.
okay, I did my opening monologue. Time to talk. Let's
Right,
go.
let's go.
And
Let's
it's like, Dad, we have like 5 other things to
Yeah.
mention before we start.
Anyway,
I will say, by the way, this is
That's
just in
why you're there,
relations to,
Travis.
yeah. If only. But what I was gonna say
But
is
you're there for a reason.
with Aaron Trombley. On our website, we're actually one of the things I'm working on is a partners page or support page for not just people like we know in our Blue Dot family, like Aaron, who's running for town office or town council and such. But we're also going to try to make a hub, so to speak, where we can like host other YouTubers and other content creators in their works on our website. So, for example, Randy Curvin. We're gonna just try to make a hub to where people can go to our website to have an easy way to find others that are, friends of
Like-minded.
ours and like-minded and all that other stuff. So, yep.
That's a good
yeah,
idea.
this ain't a contest. It's to get the word out. But again, Erin Trombley, we're so proud of her. As we say, she was a Blue Dot before she became a candidate. So we're quite proud of her. So yes, if you can donate, if you have the extra dollar laying around, baby, this would be a good place to put it.
Yes.
These elections are not free and they're not cheap, as she found out.
no,
So
you
any help that you can
gotta
give
have her
Erin. Yes.
You have to tell her call sign because everybody doesn't know her by Aaron.
Yeah, it's that's Earth Mama New York. Earth Mama New York in our Discord group. That's who she is, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I got a Rolodex. Not that I couldn't be wrong. Are you shitting
I
me?
just thought earlier when I heard Johnny Fly, I thought you had
Our blue room is where it
round
cooks,
muzzle
baby.
Too, but
I still think we ought to do a podcast. I think we ought to just record the freaking conversation in the blue room and just put it out as a podcast.
What was that? TW, I missed what you said about me.
I said when
We
you
won't
came
do
in
that.
earlier, I said I thought you thought John had a marble ball or a crystal ball.
What'd you say about my ball? What?
Yeah, wait, what?
You said you got crystal
Who's
ball.
got-
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But now I only have one.
I'm staying at
I
this
only
one
have
now.
one. Robert Heron
Thinking
sent
of
me a whole
Aussie
set of
Dave.
balls.
Who's got
Now
big
Mama
balls,
took
Aussie
2 of
Dave?
them. I'm down to
Oh,
one ball.
there you
There
go.
you go.
I got
Dave.
one ball right here.
You're ballless now.
John, they can't say you don't
Eunuch.
have balls.
My
You're a
wife,
eunuch.
my wife
I just
took my
want-
balls.
I want to
That's
say,
sad
John,
to
that I've
say.
used the family show as a podcast, listened to it at night, recorded on YouTube many times.
I am actually. I looked at that. There was a place I looked at, Buzzsprout or something like that. How to get us? Because all we really would have to do is take the sound from this and just put it on the podcast.
Okay, we're gonna put this out in the open air right now.
All right,
You know,
let's put it out in the open air.
We're gonna put this out in the open air, so that way this can just be out there in the open, and that way people can understand why we don't have a podcast. And I'll even switch the cameras. Hey, y'all. So
Hey, that's
we
it.
could totally take the audio from our show and completely put it out online onto podcast networks and all that other stuff, so Spotify, Apple, and all that. The reason why I have not done that is because if we're going to do a podcast, the most important thing about podcast is clear audio. With the way we currently record our show, there is no way I can go in and edit everybody's audio to make a satisfying thing to listen to. So whether that be either someone's internet gets glitched out or we got too many people talking over each other, those produce issues. And right now, I've been talking to Dad for a long time now that I would want a more scheduled sit down with some of our Blue Dots and have
do a particular show for a podcast.
Yeah, in other words, a controlled environment and not the live shows. That and also
it's the first thing that Tim does on his when we record his show.
Yes.
Is do a mic check on each one of us.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Individually, that way we all know.
That and maybe not as many people on the first few shows, because the thing is while we're, our family has grown over the years, but it's kind of, we have this central group. We're all used to each other's, stuff nowadays. But if we release a podcast, that's a whole new audience. And I want to make sure that when people, they don't get turned away by bad audio or people talking over each other too much. A little bit of chaos is fine, but you don't want it overkill. And so when it comes to a podcast...
So we'd have to behave?
Yes.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't have to behave. Yeah. It's like you don't have...
Our podcast, if they heard us normally, they'd be going, oh my God, they talk like that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So yes, that's. I just want it to be out there. It's not like I want to drag my feet on a podcast. It's just right now we don't have the capability or the workaround to make our live show a podcast. Now, if I were to take everybody and go, okay, here's a room, I have it all set up, and y'all have a conversation, I can turn that into a podcast and make it sound excellent and that people would want to listen to. But right now, with currently, like even me stumbling over my words, for example, I'd want to cut that out and just get to the good stuff. I don't want to waste the viewer's time if the podcast is 30 minutes to an hour long. I want to cut out dead air. I want to cut out internet glitches. I want to cut out the bathroom breaks and all that other stuff. But it is something I want to do. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Tim does that sometimes right in the middle of the show. Somebody will say something or do something that's off key, or like today, right in the middle of his clown car, Joe Santorsa, his computer went blank. Oh, shit. Yeah. What he was just reading was gone, so it's he had to stumble, and then he just told Tim, well, you'll have to cut this part out, let me get my computer restarted. And he restarted it, and then, are you ready? Yeah. And then resumed his right where he was, so Tim could cut that out.
Or John, like me, when I was hacking away there before, I got something in my throat.
Now when you're going in and out.
Yeah. There's a lot, but there is things we're still toying with, because we're not done here, and I think because the family grows the way it does, I think we have an opportunity to reach out and make it even larger.
Absolutely.
To have a wider voice, and that is the key. That's how come I always appreciate it when Tim has me on his show, Tim Cormall, or Robin Kincaid has me on her show, Randy Kervin's voice. Virginia Woodley, so many of us. Leo Sahaki, I'm trying to think of all the Andy Paguda, the voices that we have heard. Joe Sherwood, there's just a lot of them who just make a video and put it out there. But that little video, baby, that's a voice from out here. These aren't professional newscasters or somebody starting to try to start something.
Well, we know that,
it's just a group of people. Huh?
I was just saying, these all the progressive hosts are really struggling now with fundage, right?
Yeah, a lot of
and it's stretching everybody. Everybody's stretched. We're just getting through this pandemic. People are trying to get their lives back in order. It's very difficult to ask folks for money. What I was
keep it going,
is what if you've
Robin uses on Robin's show they have a quota that they're trying to reach, and that way her viewers know because it's not
where it
cheap.
stands each and every day.
Yeah.
Or that milepost, right?
And she, like our show, we have decreased probably a rough estimate, probably 70% of what our donations used to be are gone. So,
which, to be fair, I mean, it's to be expected.
It was expected because after the election,
it's all over.
Thank God. It's over. And a lot of people, well, thank God that's gone. And so we were expecting
what's your thoughts about this? All right, so we know that for presidential campaigns on your tax return, you can check a box that says, would you like $3 to go of your refund or whatever to go to a presidential campaign fund? I'm thinking that must be maybe that we can build a kitty from, I don't know what the revenue stream would be to fund it. Would it be federal taxes? I don't know, but an independent media pot that people could draw, like yourself could draw from. You'd have to be somewhat established. I don't know, have a presence on the internet or terrestrial, like at least 2-3 years. I don't know. And
well, I guarantee anybody that's doing this ain't doing it for the money. It's not the money that drives it.
I'm not doing it for
that. You might as well go. You might as well do a YouTube channel because you get paid.
Go commercial. Go commercial, and then you're beholden to your. Now, if you've got good sponsors who are like Patagonia, for like a good company, a good solid corporate citizen company to sponsor you, hey, that's terrific. Then it's a win-win.
Maybe some weed company.
But when you got to take money from like some fossil fuel shit like public radio does now, right? A big source of their funding.
Well, that's what corporations figured out if they wanted to influence PBS. They just did donations.
If you're, just personally speaking, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna try to do a show, let me tell you first off, be prepared. There's not always nice people out there, and they will not hesitate to tell you what they think of you. And
of course,
it's one of those things that you might.
Do I have anything nice to say about Alex Jones?
Not a thing. No, not a thing.
Well, what's happening? What I see happening now a lot lately is that, like Bo of the Fifth Column, and Tom Hartman and that, what they seem to be doing to make the money to support themselves in the industry is that they're doing commercials at the beginning of the show and at the end, like personal commercials, where you read 60-second or a 2-minute commercial about a company, local company that's sponsoring you, and you explain how good they are, and you get paid for that commercial direct from that local company for talking about them on air. I'm sure you've all seen them, how they say some have got accountants they promote, and some have got clothing they promote, like not your shop. I mean, what's his name?
A lot of businesses are afraid to take that political stance though with their customers. To back a politically based show. Yeah.
John, we can get you on Cameo. Start having you do birthday wishes and personal
there
messages.
you go. Yeah, you could rent me out. Wouldn't that be exciting? Are you shitting me?
There you go, John.
This whole thing has progressed, and it started from my heart. It's going to remain there.
Hey, John, haven't you seen that mower commercial for Haven't you seen that yet? The mower commercial, for your parts. They say, here you go. It made my balls feel great.
Made my balls feel great. Well, there you go. I started this.
What about John? You could put your face. You could sell your face for birthday cake.
Yeah. Who wants to see this shit on a birthday cake? Nobody.
In the beard
Nobody.
on the counter.
Nobody.
It's a party game.
The only reason that I resonate with anybody is because on some off chance that I'm actually saying what you're thinking, what you feel, that this is our country and it's worth fighting for, and if we stand up together, we can get this shit done. And it sounds like, ooh, that's a big piece of the pie there, John. Who are you? I'm trying to talk to anybody that will listen. I'm so thankful to get invited on other shows and have that opportunity to let them know that that our destiny is on our hands. This is
John,
us,
can I make
baby.
a confession? Can I
Well,
make a
bless
quick
you.
confession?
Yes, but go ahead. You might have to, do some Hail Marys.
Father
here, but-
John?
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening, son. Go ahead. Let me get some water and throw it on you.
Forgive me, John, for I've sinned.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Part of the reason I
You've
participate
been lying in the past?
Yeah, you're going to change now. Now, go ahead.
Yeah.
part of the reason I listen to the show, part of the reason I started listening to the show, and part of the reason I started participating in the show was to also hear people's opinions I didn't agree with, to also hear people's opinions that went against mine, or to start to understand the bigger picture of who all the group was. Because we aren't the sheep, we're not the Borg, we are the people on the other side, and it does help. I just, to push this on people to a bigger audience, to realize, you got to reach out to here. We're diverse. We are the diversity.
We're a big tent. Right?
That's the first in my book. That's the first prerequisite for being a member of this society. Is to be acceptance.
And part of that acceptance, and this was my main point, is to listen. You got to listen. Got to hear.
That's right.
Well, then tell me to shut up, man. I'll listen.
Except for Johnny Fly. That's acceptable.
Well, he keeps sneaking in here, man. I can't do nothing. But you seen him. He got through the lasers a minute ago.
I heard that bounce.
He got in here. Shit. Guy must be made of rubber.
Well, I can't help that these are doing locks.
It's your personality. Locks just unlock themselves when you walk up to them. We know.
Thank you.
We know.
Good fly screens, John.
Huh?
Just know when Johnny Fly enters the room that I'm now the second prettiest one here, and it just disappoints me.
No, wait. What did you say, Dave?
With John on a fly,
I know when you come in the room,
screen.
I'm now the second
A fly
prettiest one,
screen.
and that just hurts my heart.
Oh, well, I can leave if you want.
No, I'm kidding you.
Why would we
I
want
know
you to
you
leave?
are.
We ain't got nobody else to pick on. We'd have to start picking on.
I just
I don't
want to
know.
echo that.
Let's pick on Dave.
I just want to echo that
I don't
statement.
think
and
y'all
that-
are like a mud fence, but whatever.
Well, I could take a joke well.
I've
That's
been-
one.
I just want to say that every single Democrat may have a different hill to die on, so to speak, right?
Yes.
For some, it's single-payer health care. For
Yeah.
some, it's gun reform. For some, it's transgender rights. For some, it's
climate.
Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
For some, it's free education, debt forgiveness, right?
Right.
Everybody's got a hill to die on, but we all have to get together and realize that if we don't herd these fucking cats, these fascists are going to stomp on all of us.
Yeah.
And we ain't going to get any of that stuff
And
done.
based on the old simple theory of money talks and bullshit walks. And they've got that. It's all about the money for them. And for what our side is, they call bullshit. We don't give a shit about your bullshit country or your environment.
How diverse of a portfolio does the other side have? Low
Not
taxes
much.
for the rich. Yeah, right. Wand, ultra. What is it? One of those wands in every uterus to make sure that if there's a fetus in there or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Got to keep track of it.
Monitored uterus. Every woman's.
As soon as you
uterus
get
must be
pregnant, well, we
monitored
got you on the radar.
monthly, right?
Yeah, gotta make sure it's what? What is that? How
Wand
many
in every
days now?
uterus instead of a
Yeah,
chicken
what's
in every
that
pot.
though?
Yeah.
What's that after what? So many weeks? Is it 15 weeks now? Then you
Yeah,
have
6.
an abortion, you're in
Fucking
trouble.
Arkansas is at 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
They would have to
Really?
modify it just like
I think.
everything else.
Or maybe Texas.
Just like they say they need to protect the purity of the vote. You let these assholes keep going, it won't be only abortion. They'll go into, we have to protect the purity of the uterus.
Well, you know,
Isn't there the morning after pill?
Yes, there is.
I mean, seriously. And there's also the pill.
Oh,
We're
no, it's
talking
not
about
that, though.
we're talking about abortion in situations where it needs to be considered. I mean, I would not think it's good to have abortion for the sake of someone saying, "Oh, well, we're married, we've got a couple of kids, we don't need another one. Let's get rid of this one. It's 3 months down the track." I don't believe in that, but I do believe that you've got the a right to abortion in rape, incest, or
fine
where
for you not
the
to
child
believe
the child cannot be survive, or you can't give the child a life. There's lots of reasons. But to take control of a woman's womb away from her is wrong. You cannot
don't have
tell
a
a woman
uterus
what to
on
do with her
us,
womb.
You can have an opinion. That's great. And you are free to voice your opinion, but you don't have a uterus. You don't got a gun in this fight, buddy. You
That's
just don't.
that
what I just said.
the decision on a woman's body.
Right now, when they met the last guy, you know.
They're just trying to back up the law. Like here in Texas, it's 6 weeks, baby. What woman knows that she's pregnant in 6 weeks? None of them. None of them. They just find out, and then all of a sudden it's too late. They don't give them the option. And one thing you gotta dispel that, the right treats it as that the person that needs an abortion wants a abortion. Oh, I want one. I want to get pregnant just so I can go get me an abortion. That's what I want. Nobody wants an abortion. It's a very difficult personal decision that they publicize and demonize anybody that is put in that situation, and that's what's so disgusting about it. It's not your life.
Hey,
it's just about against gays or transgender. It's not your life. What do you care?
You can have an opinion. That's fine.
Get ready now, because Pride Month's coming up, and you watch if they don't try to attack gay marriage.
Oh, the LGBT community is high on their agenda, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think they're not.
It's the go-to.
It's an abomination to God and everything else that they believe in.
It's on the chopping block. No doubt.
Would
love to reverse
they
that.
are out.
I hope they can't, though. I hope they can't.
They got a 6-3 court.
Throwing gay people off the roofs of buildings. That's what they'll do. What countries is it they do that in?
They did it in Iraq.
Off the roofs?
They did it in Iraq.
They throw them off the
and
roof.
other
ISIS
places.
Did that, but they also do it. They also do it either in Zimbabwe or one of the African countries. They made it like a capital.
Yeah, you think being gay here is difficult?
Sex. Yes.
They'll kill you in countries for that.
Oh yeah.
And that's it's a disgusting thought. It's pushed by hateful people who think they got their nose should be stuck up your ass to see what you do every day. None of your freaking business, buddy.
If the Republicans had their way, they'd throw us off the here too.
Yeah, some they would. Some they would. I want to thank David Billings, who came in with $10 and said raising that percentage a little. David, thank you, brother. Thank you. We appreciate that tremendously. Any donations?
Don't start trusting that guy, John. He's a shady guy. Don't trust him.
Who?
David Billings' character.
That guy? You know this guy?
I know him. I know him all too well.
Oh, I see this, huh? Yeah, I've heard about him myself. I pulled him up when we made the donation. We have an automatic link into Wikipedia that's hooked to the CIA thing. So immediately right in front of me, you can't see it because it's not on the screen. It's
great. Now I have to take my cyanide
That's it, buddy. We got everything on your ass. We're coming to get you. David, thank you very much. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Oh, look at there. Lady Freedom Rocks, who is another cross-pollinator from the Horn family. You're fixing to see it pop up on the screen. Came in with a $5 donation. Thank you, Lady Freedom Rocks. We appreciate that tremendously. We do. I did not mean it to imply anybody had to go rush out and make donations. Donations were expected to fall, as we said, after the election, after the big fight was over. That we knew it was going to go down. But we appreciate everyone that has hung on. Our Patreon. I get tongue-tied when I do this shit because I'm basically saying I love you, thank you very much for it. But our Patreon members who just went by a little while ago, we are so thankful for that donate that and.
And let's I'm going to chime in here because I know how content creation, content creators, and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
I hope those who watch us also spread that wealth to other YouTubers, whether they be political in nature or not, whether they be on YouTube or whether they be on Twitch, whether they be on Facebook or whatever. I hope that y'all push this out there because we are definitely not the only ones online. While we are more than able to be able to do this for time to come, whether donations come in or not. And plus,
but if it weren't for donations, you would not see all this equipment that you see in front of us right now.
Yeah, well, but what I'm saying is the reason why we want to be sponsored by you and not anybody else. We don't want no company or business or product to ever dictate what we can and can't talk about on the show. And that being said, you know, a lot of people, and there's some people I'm going to be calling or kind of given that weird eye, you know, you kind of look at the corner of their eye. Some people don't understand that, you know, yes, there people you watch on YouTube, this is their livelihood. So, you know, if you don't have the money to support somebody, simply turn your ad block off. I know ads suck, but when you watch someone's work on YouTube and they have ads play, that little bit of percentage can add up. You know, Dad likes to shit on it, but it is the one way everybody can. I don't
like having ads.
I don't like having ads either, but it is a passive income, and all it is just 15 seconds of ad. What?
Because you
mash the like button.
Yes, that too. That is another way to do it. Exactly, David.
Yeah, hit the like button.
Give them the views.
Yes.
Yeah,
I noticed I had.
Except some of these commercials, they do it every 15 minutes or so. It's like
I get calls from my brother. Hey, you know what they're playing on your show? You know, and it's
there's a certain strain of bacteria called Lactobacillus reuteri that will help you grow bigger balls.
That's what they're playing on my shit. Really? Bigger balls? That's what you're selling on my shit?
To be fair, it's different for everybody, so, you know.
It's bigger balls. Why would they so...
You're getting that, and you get other things, like you get, you know, what's the other one? That guy's the same one that does, you need to poop. Have you ever pooped? Have you ever done this? Yeah.
Howdy, guy?
Aussie Dave, I got the perfect spokesperson for that bigger ball serum or whatever it is. It should be Agnes Young.
These bigger balls?
Yeah. You know the song? You must know the song.
I can't believe that. Somebody...
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother used to call me all the time. Trump's on your channel. I used to get a lot of advertisement from Trump.
God.
Yes, every one of my
I've seen Trump.
Yeah, he run a lot on my shit. What? Really? Boy, howdy crap.
You know, considering he was advertising on a show that our motto basically was "fuck Trump."
Yes.
Did it much good.
Yeah, because he'd tune in to advertise and then immediately hear "fuck Trump," thanks to Bernadette Free. Speaking and Freeze Trees. There's an advertiser. There's my sponsor right there.
Yeah, there's a good
There's
one.
a good sponsor right there. I'm sponsored by Freeze Trees. If it hurts, put some on there. It'll quit hurting. And you can get that and find her. You can actually find her on. Y'all listen.
On, right, John?
Huh?
And then put the Freeze Trees on.
There you go. It helps what ails you. And you can find her at Pre's Trees at asis.com. Did I get that right? Yes. Pre's Trees. PREESTREES at asis, ASIS. Yeah. .com. That's what it was. She's my sponsor. I'm trying to suck up and get another can. Hey, send me another can. No. I'll buy mine. Bernadette, I'll buy mine. I'm thankful for that stuff.
Bernadette, can I get some of that big ball stuff?
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't sell that.
Well, I don't sell that.
Personal grooming razors or trimmers, too.
That's what I said. What do they call that? The mower, the trimmer mower, or something like that?
It's the manscaper.
The manscaper. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and it's like, and then they're saying, you have deodorant for your undercarriage, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Is your spitzel smackled? I'm telling you, they have medicine. Whatever it is, from the depths of your depression to the heights of your erection, pharmaceutical companies around the world have a product for you.
I think John should go actually on a sponsor for what's that? What's that bourbon you like?
Bourbon? This shit over here will kick your ass at Knob Creek. Chris Kloss sent me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good stuff. It'll kick your butt real fast.
I still swear Dos Equis owes you some commercial.
Drink some Knob Creek with me on Saturday, beer and bud.
Dos Equis owes you some commercial money.
Yeah, I've narrowed it down to my beers, and Dos Equis really. If I get down to brass tacks, that's my favorite beer.
Hey, John, you have the voice to do a commercial. You did a good job on that while you were
there. Sure. Tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do voiceovers for what?
You could do it for yourself. There you go.
Shiny Heine's looking for a
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Is your Heine shiny enough? No? Well, just Get used to,
There
and
you
that's
go.
a real
Keep going,
product too.
John.
Ain't that something? What you want? How did you like that? Yes, we're Shiny Honey. We heard that we heard your show. We'd love to have you. A product placement, John. That's all we're asking for.
Shiny.
Just put the product right here. Shiny Honey. Wouldn't that be a
I've never had problems
real product?
with my
Go look it
honey
up.
before, John.
Huh?
Well, I thought it was Tiny Honey.
No. There's an actual product out there, Shiny Honey, because your honey is not shiny enough, really. And we've seen that in the last 4 years. Because people kept telling Donnie, your honey's not shiny enough, Donnie. It's tasting like shit back here every time I have to lick. So they were trying to send him, Shiny Honey products, I guess. I
Hey,
don't know.
Johnny, John, the older I get now, the more it's starting to sag. You know that. You got to watch that.
You got it's
The
starting to
older
what?
you get, starting to sag a little bit, just a little.
What's sagging?
Everything. I guess.
Honey.
Your honey, you're shiny, yeah, but sagging, even if your honey is sagging, you still want a shiny, sagging ass, don't you? Come on. If I am sure there are plenty of people out there right now, as I can think of several, Matt Gatz, there's a cornucopia of people that would recommend that product to the people that they have to lick their ass to keep their job. So
I wonder if that's what he's putting his hair.
that's basically what it is.
That's a big list.
Is that what's in his hair?
That wouldn't be.
Where else are you going to find such fine entertainment as to right here? $1 a month, Patreon. Sign up, and you'll learn about all sorts of shit here.
John, that's not that. It would have to be flavored. So here, put this on your phone.
I'm sure you just gave them a new idea. That's it.
Well, John,
Flavored.
I'd like to know what Matt Gatz puts in his hair. You ever see that stupid hairstyle?
I thought Brill Cream went out a long time ago, but I guess not. Or I don't know, depth or something. He's got it standing straight up or something. It makes him look young and attractable.
He thinks he's John Travolta.
14, 15, 16-year-olds.
Well,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it makes him feel
Going
like a
after that
17-year-old.
younger.
He's probably got his earphones stinging, staying alive.
Yeah. He's got delusions in his head, but his job is to push this, to push the big
He's a
lie
sick
and to
fuck.
try to motivate these maggots to rise up and take this country, because it's the only way they're
It's
going to get it is to
working.
take it.
Again, I think he feels like this is the only way to save himself at this point.
Yes.
I think he
yeah,
knows he's going
otherwise-
down the
Just like
tubes.
Donnie.
The
Do you
rest of
think
us
that
know.
Donald Trump
How
is,
could he not know?
Do you think Trump has sort of had words with Gatz and says, "Mate, get out there and spread the word a bit"?
I'm sure.
Not Trump directly, but Trump's people.
Yeah,
I mean,
Trump's
Trump
people.
He's operating through
Yeah,
other,
Donnie
other
said.
sources now.
I think Gatz is working on behalf
Dippity-doo.
of like he's been given direction.
remember that shit.
He's been
Yeah.
sacrificed. He's been
Well,
made
he
a
gets a cut.
sacrifice.
Of the maggot money.
I don't
He gets a
know
cut.
A willing sacrifice. He is willing. He's hoping for some. I don't know. He want a good prison, a nice prison.
He's going to need
instead
a
of-
pardon. He's hoping for a pardon.
Yeah,
pardon,
that shit's out the window.
I'd like to know what
Only
Matt
Trump doesn't
Gatz's
get back in
roommate would
office.
Yeah.
be. What cellmate would Matt Gatz have? That would be interesting
Yeah.
to know.
Definitely somebody with a
Baba.
small head.
Big Bubba.
Oh, we're leaving that one go.
Well,
I want to see him with a cellmate that grabs him by the head, and then sucks the green shit out of his mouth like that movie, The Green Mile. Grab him by the
There you
head.
go.
there you go.
And suck the evil out of him, and then the other guy come along in the guard and shoot the fuck out of him.
He was a bad man.
We're a
He
bad.
Bad man, yes.
Hey, John,
Yes.
did you cover here in the family gonorrhea gangrene? She's got legal issues too. Does everyone know about those?
Oh yeah,
She got several tax issues. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Double
really?
double down on law that oh God, what is about a mortgage?
on one of their
Pray tell.
Susan Collins.
No,
Yeah,
let
one of
cover
their,
the gonorrhea
houses.
girl first. Yeah. What
Susan
about
one of
Collins.
their houses.
What about
Yeah,
Susan?
two houses. Go ahead and explain it. Sorry.
Susan Collins is under
No,
investigation
not
for tax.
Susan Collins. Gonorrhea gangrene.
Yeah. But Collins as well is
I'm
also
trying
under
to dredge up my
investigation.
memory of what I read
Yeah,
of
but
the story.
Don't mix the two. Don't,
There's a
that's
mortgage exemption in the state or federal law. I think it's state law, where in Florida she can claim one
Georgia,
house.
right? Georgia?
Right.
Or Georgia, yeah, excuse me. And it looks like that she and her husband claimed.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Thank you for
Looks
clicking
like her
that in my
husband
head. I
claimed it for
do
2
remember
houses.
seeing that. That I didn't read the whole story. I just seen a headline. That
They're claiming
yes.
they didn't know. They're claiming ignorance.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Weisselberg? Yeah, I think he worked for the company. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. She claimed a homestead exemption. You can only claim one homestead exemption. So if you claimed 2, yeah, you knew what you were doing. You can only claim one.
Only in maggot alternate universe could you pull a stunt like that.
Yeah.
And try to get away with it.
Again, they don't give a shit about the law.
They really embrace hypocrisy as a virtue.
They do.
They really think it is.
They do. Hey, they backed
If
the
Trump
blue.
got re-elected, they would have got away with it. If Trump got
That's
re-elected,
second
they would have
nature.
got away with all this.
Darlene Dimitri just put in the link there to that story. So if you want to check it out, thank you, Darlene.
Oh,
we appreciate
cool.
that.
Darlene's, yeah, she was messaging me earlier. Yeah.
Darlene's another cross-pollinator, you would
Yeah,
say.
she had a great
from the Hornfit.
update on Buddy the Beefalo.
The Buddy
Did
the
you,
Beefalo?
Were you with us, John,
No,
on Friday?
I missed the Buddy the
No, you
Beefalo.
couldn't make it.
Shit.
Huh?
No, I don't remember it. So
Oh, Buddy
I
the
missed a good
Beefalo
one?
is a horn icon, I guess you could say.
oh, okay. Well,
But
see,
Aussie
I need to get. I missed Friday. I didn't make this Friday's front porch over there, and I hate that. I really enjoy her show. I really do.
Yeah. Aussie Dave, what's up with Susan Collins? Tell us that too.
Well, she's on the tax investigator. That's all I've seen. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago on the show. This is old news. This is 2 weeks old. But Young Turks had a story about her. It's still obviously in the Young Turks files that Susan Collins is under investigation for tax evasion.
Well, my. Well, what have we learned, children, about the Republican Party?
Which is strange that she's all of a sudden.
To Kavanaugh.
But let's don't fool ourselves if we
Friday.
think that kind of shit is only in the Republican Party. We have politicians that, the whole game, like we've always said, the tax laws, whatever it is, it's not made for us. It's made for them.
You just want to see Fred Rogers come out and say, "Hello, people. What are we learning today?
What did we learn today?
Of the world."
Hey, John, just view the Republican Party as a white-driven snow. They're so pure.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what they
pure.
want you to.
Yeah.
Pure shit.
Family
They're-
values. All the family values you could ever want.
Remember Susan Collins is one of those corporate Democrats. She's a corporate Democrat, so highly likely.
That's what I mean.
Susan Collins is a Republican.
When we have
Sorry,
to.
I apologize. She's
No
Republican.
problem. We
so
don't blame her, though.
highly likely, it's true. It's highly likely she's going to be guilty of something. Now, how many Republican from day one since Trump was running for election? How many have gone to jail, been charged, been set free? How many is it? 20, 30?
I don't have enough fingers or toes.
The numbers are starting to
that high.
increase. That's a sad reflection of our political system. But anyway.
But in history, that's unbelievable. Like in history, I think the worst that's ever happened was 2 in one party going at some stage back in the 70s in getting in trouble. But to have, 20 or 30 people done for criminal offences must tell you these people that they know this. They know this, these people that support Trump. So they're evil themselves. So we're never going to change those people. What he's got now is his evil base, I think, is evil. We'll stick with him.
Let me see let me get my arrow over here so I don't lose it. To quote Billy Plains, the far-right GOP consists of racists, bigots, crackpots, crackheads, QAnon quacks, cowards, criminals, traitors, fascists, Nazis, psychopaths, and douchebags. Billy, hey, wait a minute.
You forgot one.
Get a gong for that one, brother. Yeah, that's who they are. That's basically who they are. And we have to be better than that. That's the key. We have to be better than that every day. We live our lives. We try to live the values that we profess to have. stand up for your fellow citizens. Stand up no matter who they are. Be proud to be an American and stand up for this fight that we are doing. And realize that the other side is they've lost their ever-loving freaking mind. And so it makes us under the gun to work harder at keeping it all together. Anyway, we've gone way over time, so I appreciate everybody coming in. Aussie Dave, always a pleasure to have you, brother. Anytime you're in the room.
Thank you for having me.
Give us that world flavor thing going on there. We appreciate it.
Sure.
And David?
Thank you.
David, are you there?
He's gone to the blue room, I think.
Oh, he already left for the blue room? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm looking. I can't hardly see. Anyway, I see Chris. There you go. When you do that, I can see.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you
John,
so
thanks
much.
As always, love you, man. Love the Blue
We
Dot
love you
family.
back, brother. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for being a part of this family, brother. You know, we always appreciate it.
Much love, much
Right.
appreciation.
Right back at you, and Johnny Fly, all the way up in Pennsylvania. Anytime you come by, we appreciate it. Your magnificent, great looks is great for our. Hey, you're made for this media.
You just got 5 golden stars.
You have a face made for this shit, buddy. I'm telling you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On my show, on this show, you have a face for this show. That we can.
I do.
Yes,
it's
you do.
My calling.
I know it. Johnny Fly, thank you so much for being here. TW out in Colorado, brother, we appreciate it tremendously. Take care of Mork for us, brother. We know you will.
I say only one thing here.
What?
Everybody get some Cruz because it'll help.
Yeah.
It'll help.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It'll help the
If
anal
you have
damage.
it,
Wait, what?
it'll help. It'll help whatever ails you.
Yeah.
Whatever hurts, put it on there. It will definitely make you feel better.
Believe
Yes.
you me,
I'm not.
everything has hurt the last few days, and I can tell you what, that stuff works.
Have you been using it,
It's
TW?
fantastic.
I swear people think we're doing this for a commercial or some shit. Well, they must be making. No, it's just we're all pretty amazed.
Every day, this world makes me hurt. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat. When I'm aching, when I've done something that really hurts, that's the first thing I go in the house, tell Mama, put some magic on there, some priestries, because that's what does it for me. It ain't been gay or anything like that shit. No, this stuff really works. So anyway, we support it because it's a good product for one thing, and one of our Blue Dots developed it and makes it. So, we're so proud of her. Anyway, we could go on with another 15-minute commercial on Priest-Trees and Bernadette, but we got to go because, man, we've got 2.5 hours into this, right? Wow, great show. So thank everybody for being here.
We went way over.
Yeah, we went way. Well, the conversation gets going, baby. You just let it fly. It is what it is.
The days are getting longer.
Yeah.
The sun.
I want to
Look at
thank.
the sun. It's still out.
It's still. Yeah, there you go. Somewhere. We're a world family, so somewhere it's just the middle of the day. It's no problem. Anyway.
Yes.
Thank
like
you.
in Australia.
Like in Australia, brother.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate everybody coming by visiting. We appreciate our Facebook family, our YouTube family, Periscope family, wherever you're listening to this. We so appreciate that you take your time and spend a little bit of it with us. We're so thankful for it. For those that donate, we are so thankful. Thank you very much for everybody that pitches in to make this possible. We appreciate it tremendously. And outside of that, baby, it's another week coming up. What kind of entertainment? We don't know yet. That's what makes us so interesting. It could all pop tomorrow. Maybe we'll find out who the witness is at the grand jury up in New York. Who knows what little tidbits will come out.
Is Joe Manchin going to grow a spine?
Yeah, is Joe Manchin going to get balls at all? And there's so many questions that we have to face.
Some of that ball cream? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get him some of that shit. Maybe he'll grow some. Hey. It's either the filibuster or democracy. We have to make a choice here because it seems like we can't have both. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll be back here tomorrow with my Monday morning rant or Monday afternoon rant, and then we'll be back here again for Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until then, take care of yourself. Get your shots if you haven't got them. If you have and you're fully vaccinated, then enjoy it, baby. But always try to put a smile on your heart. Yeah. Go out and smile at somebody without a mask. We'll see what happens. But on the same token, be careful because there's a new variant out there. Some combination of two that came out, and all of a sudden, it's another scary thing. So remain cautious. Wear your mask when appropriate. I still do when I go in the store and stuff. They got a sign out there that says put on your mask. I put on my mask, baby, and they don't. I don't know. Half them people are in there lying anyway. They ain't got the damn vaccine. Anyway, I hope it's better where you're at. I love you so much for being here. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Blue Dot.
Good night, everybody.